Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at cmobile.com.
Group. Mariachi City.
Cubs, Mets here at Wrigley Field. Now let's pause as we get set for the playing of the national anthem prior to the finale of this series. Serenas performing the national anthem tonight at Wrigley Field. The national anthem sponsored by Patriot Pavement Maintenance, simplifying pavement maintenance for industrial, commercial, and educational clients. Who Are You Banking On is sponsored by Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. I'm banking on Ian Happ, who's knocked in 8 runs over his last 7 games. Let's get to the pitching matchup, sponsored by Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Enjoy the laid-back experience of Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Left-hander Shota Imanaga starting for the Cubs, 9-7, a 3.37 ERA. Rookie right-hander Nolan McLean on the mound for the Mets, 4-1, a 1.27 ERA. Since making his major league debut on August 16th, McLean has the second lowest ERA in the majors. He's 24 years old, a right-hander out of Oklahoma State. Let's go around baseball, sponsored by Great Clips. It's going to be great. The Dodgers an 8-0 drubbing of the Diamondbacks as the Dodgers clinch the National League West title. The Astros beat the A's 11-5. Christian Walker went deep for the Astros, his 24th. Twins shut out the Rangers 4-0. The Orioles a 6-5 winner over the Rays. The Reds beat the Pirates 2-1. Noelvi Marte robbing a game-tying home run in the 9th. He also had an RBI single. Here at Wrigley Field, it's time for baseball. Cubs, Mets, Pat, Ron. Next on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
This is your home for every pitch of Cubs baseball. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network. Step up to the plate like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be. With high app limits, low holds, exceptional customer service, and no bet fees. Other books may charge you just to get on the field. But with Circa Sports, you can swing away with every bet. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome to Old National Bank.
Hi, I was wondering what you could do for my small business.
Tons. Have time to talk?
Not much. We're on a 30-second radio ad.
Oh, I'll get straight to the point then. Our solutions are customized for small businesses. Our services make financial management simple, and our pricing is always transparent.
Outstanding. Wow.
Yeah. So, ever been in an ad before?
Nope. How do I look?
Good. But we're on the radio, remember?
Right. Hi, Mom.
Customized small business banking from Old National Bank. Member FDIC. Get old.
The Chef IQ Sense is a wireless cooking thermometer everyone should have. It eliminates under or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat to achieve perfection. Order one now at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
Cubs fans, Pat Hughes here. Join Ron Coomer, Zach Zaidman, and me for every Cubs game on 670 The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
He drives one in the air, deep left center. Back goes Cruz. It's got a chance. Score! Home run, Dansby Swanson. High fly ball, deep right field. This ball's got a chance. It is gone for a home run.
And if you live in the Chicago area, also on the free Odyssey app.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast is brought to you by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
And now, Odyssey and 670 The Score bring you Chicago Cubs baseball on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago, this is Ian Happ.
They set into right. Cubs win the ball game. Ian Happ, a game-winning single.
It's Pete Crow Armstrong.
Gone! Three-run homer, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Hey, it's Kyle Tucker.
Kyle drives one in the air to right field. That ball is gone. It's a three-run homer.
Yeah, this is what you came here for. You got the Cubs game on the score.
Chicago Cubs baseball is presented to you in part by Benny's Beverage Depot, Nissan, Benjamin Moore, Hefty Trash Bags, Laturo Tire, James Hardy Building Products, AARP, Sea Glass Wine, Volvo, Sloan, Xfinity, It's Not a Game, Illinois.com, your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, and Yingling, the oldest brewery in America. And now here's the Hall of Famer, Pat Hughes, and All-Star Ron Coomer with all the exciting play-by-play action of Chicago Cubs baseball.
Chicago Cubs baseball is on the air from Wrigley Field in Chicago. It's time for the third and final game of this series between the Chicago Cubs and the New York Mets. Good evening, everybody. Along with former Cub and All-Star Ron Coomer, it's Pat Hughes reporting. It is a lovely early autumn evening at the friendly confines. Temperature 68, clear skies overhead, perfect night for a ball game. Each team with a win in the series. The Mets came from behind to win the opener 9-7 on Tuesday night. The Cubs came storming back to even up the series last night with an easy 10-3 win. Tonight, it'll be left-hander Shota Imanaga looking for his 10th win of the season against a talented young Mets right-hander by the name of Nolan McLean. McLean made his Major League debut in the middle of August. He has put together a very impressive 1.27 ERA since then. Let's go ahead and get right to the starting lineups for tonight's game. The lineups are sponsored by Verizon, the most reliable 5G in Chicago. Leading off for the New York Mets and playing shortstop, Francisco Lindor. Juan Soto in right. Pete Alonso batting third and playing first base. Mark Vientos is the New York cleanup hitter and their designated hitter. Brandon Nimmo in left. Luis Torrens catching. Brett Beatty batting seventh and playing third base. Tyrone Taylor in center. And Luis Angel Acuna batting ninth and playing second base for the Mets. The Cubs have taken the field. Let's take a timeout. Back with the Cubs lineup, and this ball game will get underway right after this on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cub fans, Nico Horner here. Pat and Ron call every game on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, it's David Hoffer, Chef IQ. You know the feeling when you're about to cut into a juicy steak and hope it tastes as perfect as it looks? That sounds delicious. Worry no more. The Chef IQ Sense is a wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates undercooking or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat, whether on a stovetop, oven, or grill. The probe is inserted into your food, connected wirelessly to an app. Once you select your desired doneness, the app alerts you when to take the steaks off the grill or the turkey out of the oven. It's that simple. Order one now on chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
It's game time. That makes it the perfect time for a Flight by Yingling. At just 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and packed with flavor, Flight is the next generation of light beer. From the oldest brewery in America, look for Flight wherever you buy beer. And Patrick, Cubs coming off a very, very big win yesterday, and got to be a shot of adrenaline by the way they played. And I really think, guys like Pete Crow Armstrong and some of the young guys, Bushy, Shaw, very nice games yesterday. That's hopefully going to have some real carryover effect for the ball club.
Cubs had a big 5-run inning run. I think it reminded both of us of the numerous innings they had early in the year in exactly that same way. Lots of contributors, hits and walks, clutch hits. They had it all, and they won easily. Cubs tonight with Michael Busch leading off at first, Nico Horner at second, Ian Happ batting third and left. The cleanup hitter is Moises Ballesteros, the DH. We'll get the rest of the Cubs lineup after the first pitch from Shota Imanaga to Francisco Lindor. Here it comes, and it's taken high, and away we go. Batting fifth in right field is Seiya Suzuki. Carson Kelly catching. Pete Crow Armstrong in center. He's batting seventh. Dansby Swanson at short, and Matt Shaw batting ninth and playing at the hot corner. Imanaga, 9 wins, 7 losses. He looks like he's working from a stretch before every delivery. Has a very quiet windup. Not much to it, really. And the next offering a little bit high for ball 2. Ron, as you think about Shota Imanaga facing these Mets tonight, what's on your mind?
Well, I think paying attention to what their game plan is hitting and making sure you stay away from some of that.
Swing and a miss, 2-1.
And always for Shota, it's about command, right? When he has great command of his fastball, then the split finger becomes, a really dominant pitch. If he doesn't have great command of the fastball, then he has to have very good command of that split finger.
Fouled away, 2-2.
But here in recent past, some teams have really been sitting on his fastball inside and up, and you can tell that they're doing that. So let's see what he's going to do to combat a little bit of that tonight.
Here comes the 2-2 to Francisco Lindor. Pulled on the ground. That's foul past third. Ron, looking at Shota's second half of work, in his last 11 games, his ERA is 4.5, and perhaps even more alarming, 18 home runs in those 11 games. How much of a concern is that to you?
Well, it is a concern, and to me, what you're looking at is teams trying to figure out what they're going to do to combat what his stuff is. And I think going right back to what I was saying, it looks like to me the right-handed hitters are looking fastball inside and up, and they know he's going to throw that pitch, and they're ready to hit it.
3-2 pitch just outside, ball 4. And Shota's evening starts on a sour note with a base on balls to Francisco Lindor. And the batter is Juan Soto.
And right away, you see him throwing on 3-2, that pitch down and away. Very seldom do you see Shota working down and away to a right-handed hitter.
Soto 2 for 8 with a home run in this series. Lefty to lefty. First pitch hit in the air, foul, out of play. Game time temperature of 68. Beautiful night. Sponsored by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Your trusted local experts, Four Seasons. Short lead by Lindor at first. He wears orange shoes. And a pickoff throw over there, not in time. Cubs in their home whites, the blue pinstripes all over. Blue hats. They'll wear blue helmets, blue numbers on their backs, blue sleeves and socks. A variety of shoe colors. Imanaga wears black shoes. Most of the guys wear whites. Here's a ball outside, 1-1.
Shota still fighting his release point just a little bit. Threw a couple of pitches pretty well off the plate to Lindor. That one missed away to Soto quite a bit.
Here comes the 1-1. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Sean Barber calling balls and strikes. The crew chief is James Hoy, working at first. Second base umpire is John Libka. And DJ Rayburn over at third. The infield really plays Soto to pull the ball. Here comes the 1-2. Hit in the air to center field and deep. Back goes Carl Armstrong to the center field fence. Makes the catch. Lindor hustling back to first. Soto hit it to dead center. And Pete Crow Armstrong caught it maybe a step and a half away from the vines near the 400-foot marker.
Soto is extremely strong with unbelievable bat speed. He hits this ball well, but he hits it. He never does drop his bat going down the line. So I don't think he caught it on a barrel, and he knows here at Wrigley at times to wind blowing in, you got to catch it on a barrel to hit it out in the middle of the diamond. Although, look at the flags right now.
Just hanging.
No wind at all right now at Wrigley Field. The ball should carry well.
Here's Big Pete Alonso, right-handed batter. He's got 123 runs batted in, 37 home runs. He does not get cheated on his swings as he fouls it away. In fact, I would say, Ron, he takes one of the most menacing swings of any man in the league.
This is a big, strong guy. There's no doubt. And he has learned how to hit in this league, hit with average, power, drive-in runs, clutch hitter, uses the whole field. I mean, he hit a ball in game one of this series off the right field wall. Is about as hard as I've seen a ball hit the other way by a righty this year.
Here's the ball outside. The count 1-2. No score, just underway. Mets still occupy the third wild card spot, but they have to win to maintain that because Cincinnati won their game earlier today. Line drive to left. That's going to be a base hit. Over to try to cut it off is Happ. Racing to third is Lindor on a double by Alonso. And the Mets have men at second and third. Good hustle by Happ, preventing that ball from going all the way into the corner. Otherwise, Lindor would have scored.
Split finger, and this one's out over the plate, but it's up a little bit. It's on the outside corner, but up. And it gets dumped down the line. You're right, Pat. This is a very nice play by Happer. He gets this ball, and kind of the infielder in him kind of came back. He catches it and really never sets the feet and just flips it in to try to get it to Dansby as quick as possible to keep Lindor at third base.
Cubs will keep the infield back. Second and third, one away. Mark Vientos is the batter, and he'll take inside. The Mets lineup is top-heavy, I would say, with three all-star, really three of the best players in the game. Lindor, Soto, and Alonso. There's going to be a drop-off after those three, and there is. Here's a swing and a foul back. Vientos, for example, cleanup hitter, Ron, hitting .235 with 17 home runs. He's driven in 60.
Yeah, their lineup is definitely stacked at the top, that's for sure. 17 and 60 is pretty good, but it's definitely not like the top three.
Here comes the 1-1, swing and a miss. Now, if you're Shota, you could really use a strikeout. What pitch could do it?
Well, he just threw the slider down and in. You could go to the split away and see if you can get his swing and miss. That is usually his swing and miss pitch, is the split.
And the 1-2. High pop fly. This ball is going to be foul, maybe playable. It is playable, and Swanson makes the catch. He falls out of play. He falls out of play, and a run is going to be able to score. And both runners are going to move up. Dansby caught the ball, but he fell into the netting, and he is ruled to have fallen over the sidewall by the third base umpire, DJ Rayburn. And now Craig Counsell is going to argue the play. There's something in the rule book, Ron, that says if a defensive player makes a catch, but he leaves the field of play, the ball becomes dead,
right,
and all runners advance one base. And I think that's what they're going to rule.
That's exactly what that's what the third base umpire Rayburn said, and that Dansby fell out of play into the netting. And they're going to review this. I don't know quite what they're going to review, whether he was out of play or not. The netting kind of kept him. Now, did he throw the ball back before he was out of play? That's the other question.
Dansby caught it as he was falling back. Shaw accidentally made contact with Dansby Swanson. Dansby fell backwards over that concrete sidewall, and as he was falling backwards, he tried to get rid of the ball. Let's hear what they say.
I think they're reviewing whether or not he was actually out of play, like if he was entirely in the stands or not. He catches it, he's on the wall, and as he's falling in, he's still connected to the wall. He flips the ball back into the field of play. So Dansby knew what he had to do.
He was also juggling the ball, Ron, before he got fully secured with his right hand over the ball. Let's see what they rule. The fans, of course, are seeing it with their hearts.
Yeah. Well,
Dansby caught it. He's falling backwards.
Here's the other thing.
After review, the call in the field is confirmed. The fielder did fall into the stands. Everybody is awarded one base.
There it is. Everyone gets one base. He did fall over the sidewall. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
The question could have been also with the review, does he catch the baseball before he goes out of play? So if he's juggling the ball and he's out of play and it's not a catch, then nobody advances. It's just a foul ball. Right? But they ruled he caught the ball.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it would be, if he didn't catch the ball before he went out of play, it would be a dead ball and foul ball.
Anyway, it is one of the shortest sacrifice flies you will ever see for Mark Vientos. I assume he gets the RBI on that play.
Yeah.
Brandon Nimmo, the batter. Alonso takes third. Lindor scores the game's first run, and it's 1-0 Mets on a very unusual play in foul territory beyond the Cubs' third base dugout. Swanson and Shaw both there. It was Dansby who caught it, and then he started falling backwards over the concrete wall. Here's a base hit to right, and another run is in, and it's 2-0 New York. So now that play has cost the Cubs 2 runs. Vientos getting an RBI, and Brandon Nimmo with his 92nd RBI on a base hit to right.
A little fastball right on the inside corner, and Nimmo just drops the head of the bat on it for a base knock.
The old leadoff walk comes back to Sting Imanaga. 2-0 New York. Top of the first, Luis Torrens the batter, and he'll take high. Light's beginning to have an effect. It's getting darker earlier and earlier. It's going to be a gorgeous early autumn evening here at Wrigley. Here's a toss to first, and they got it. Shota picks off Nimmo. Let's see if the Mets challenge that call. They might. Before we throw it to a commercial break, we're going to see if Carlos Mendoza wants to challenge. He does not. The Mets settle for 2 runs on 1 hit. Make it 2 runs on 2 hits, and they leave none. At the end of a bizarre half inning, it's the Mets 2 and the Cubs coming up on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs radio network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday afternoons with Spiegel and Holmes, 2 to 6 on The Score.
Coom here. Let me tell you one of the things I really like about Yuengling. They brew a beer for everyone's taste. From their traditional lager to light lager, flight, golden pilsner, and even a black and tan. There's something for every kind of beer drinker. So whether you're firing up the grill, watching a game, or at the golf course, there's a Yuengling that fits the moment. Take a look at the lineup next time you're out. You might just find a new favorite. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, official beer of the Cubs radio network, DG Yuengling & Sons, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Man, that was easy.
Bulldog Rotary Hammer!
Hello?
It is I, He-Man, your inner Bosch.
Inner...
Bosch!
I'm sorry, what?
That powerful feeling you get when you can powerfully blast through concrete. Say it with me.
What, like right now?
Yes! We have the power!
Change is always happening. But no matter what changes in 5 years, there's one thing that will stay the same. The price of your internet. With the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Dear Autumn, fall into great value in a new Toyota, like the tough as nails Tacoma, the sleek all-hybrid Camry, or the versatile RAV4. Find yours today. Toyota, let's go places.
Before we go to the bottom of the first inning, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs talk on Rahimi, Harris, and Grody, 10 a.m. to 2 on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network. WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
With Ron Comer and Zach Zaidman working alongside, and our great engineer Paul Zarang, Pat Hughes at Wrigley. Let's see if the Cubs can answer right back. Ron, as we get our first look at Nolan McLean, talented young right-hander off to a great start in his big league career. First pitch strike, second pitch hit to left. Going back is Nimmo making the catch. Hard hit ball by Bush, but it's out number one. What's the plan against McLean?
Now, McLean has come into the league, and he's one of those guys that short arm swing, very good arm, college football player, very competitive guy, but to a great start. Good fastball, mid-90s, slider, curveball, changeup, and really does not rely heavily on the fastball, even though he's got a very good one. He really mixes in the slider and the curveball quite a bit.
Nico Horner having a big series, 4 for 9. He has scored 5 runs in the first 2 games of this series. Here comes the 0-1 to Nico. Fastball away, 1-1. San Diego is off today. They will be at home this weekend with Arizona going to San Diego. Nico fouls it back. The Cubs' magic number down to 2 to clinch the top wild card spot. And why would that be significant? Well, because that would mean you would be home for the entire best-of-3 series. And that's what the Cubs are shooting for. The playoffs begin next Tuesday. And the Cubs would very much like to be at Wrigley hosting that series when those playoffs begin. They've already clinched a playoff spot, so that's in the bank.
This first inning is powered by Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated.
Nico bounces one to second. Routine play for Luis Angel Acuna, and he throws to first. 2 down. 2-0 Mets. And here's Ian Happ. One thing I'd like to correct. On the ball hit by Vientos, where Swanson made the catch and then left the field of play, toppling over backwards, you do not give Vientos a sacrifice fly. Here's a pitch low and away to Ian Happ. It is simply a rule book award where if a fielder leaves the field of play, everyone on base gets 1 base. So you don't give a man an RBI on that play. Once Vientos finds that out, he'll probably be sobbing uncontrollably. But he'll get over it. Here's a pitch outside on the count, 2-1. You don't really deserve an RBI when you hit a ball just beyond third base in foul territory.
That's right. Although I would take it if they gave it to me.
Sure you would. Outside, 2-1 now to Ian Happ.
Speed Gun tonight is always powered by Xfinity. Your home field advantage brought to you by Xfinity. All your favorite teams, all in one place.
Happ drives one toward left center. On the run, Taylor. That ball's in the gap, up against the wall. Ian Happ hustling to second. He's got a standing 2-bagger. That ball landed on the warning track near the 368 sign. It's a two-base hit for Ian Happ. And let's see if Moises Ballesteros can drive in the Cubs' first run.
In behind the count, then he gets a fastball right down the middle. And he whistles this one hopper off the ivy in left center. Now the Cubs need a big swing of the bat from Ballesteros.
Moises, left-handed batter. 2 for 9 in this series with an RBI. He'll take a strike. You've been impressed with him so far, haven't you?
Ever since I've seen him take batting practice a couple of years ago in spring training, he stands out to me as one of the top hitters the Cubs have in the organization.
Here's a smash foul off to the left, 0-2.
Because
Why do you say that?
You just don't see a lot of guys that, can do the things that he does, whereas Barrel stays in the hitting zone a long time, so he can pull the ball with power, but he uses the other side of the field and hits line drives. And you don't see him hit a lot of routine flyouts. He's on top of the ball, driving the ball down and hitting a lot of line drives. And to me, that's a complete hitter. And you could see that immediately when he came to big league camp a couple years ago.
He broke his bat on that last foul ball. He's got a new piece of wood in his hand as he waits for the pitch from McLean. 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Cubs don't score, leave 1 after 1. Mets 2, Cubs nothing. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Join us for some Cubs talk every morning. Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on The Score.
At 19 weeks pregnant, I found out my blood was attacking my baby. I'm Ellen, and my team said her only chance at survival was a rare procedure.
Top ranked in Illinois for obstetrics and gynecology by U.S. News and World Report, the team at Northwestern Maternal Fetal Medicine Clinic treats high-risk pregnancies from across Chicagoland. They performed an unprecedented 5 in utero blood transfusions to ensure Ellen and her baby had a compatible blood type.
Today, my baby is healthy and full of life.
Northwestern Medicine, better.
Future You is using their Rapid Rewards for their next vacation. All thanks to Present You signing up with Southwest Airlines, where you earn points every time you fly. Because what's the point of points that Future You can't use? And since your Rapid Rewards points don't expire, you can save up for that big trip. Get ready to reward Future You with a future flight. Sign up for Rapid Rewards today and redeem your points on any seat, any day, anytime. Only at Southwest. All Rapid Rewards rules and regulations apply and can be found at southwest.com/RR terms.
One of the best ways to lower the carbon footprint of your business, manufacturing, or industrial facility is with mechanical insulation. Let the Heat and Frost Insulators and Illinois Regional Insulation Contractors perform an energy assessment on your facilities. With a simple energy assessment, they'll show you ways to save money and make your facilities greener. Mechanical insulation creates efficiency and saves money. It often pays for itself in less than a year with energy savings. For a list of skilled Illinois Regional Insulation Contractors, visit local17insulators.com.
Save time every time for a great haircut. Just download the Great Clips app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Top 2 leading the Cubs 2. The second inning is brought to you by Sea Glass Wines, official partner of the Cubs, bringing the California coast to you wherever you are. Pat?
Mets in their traveling unis, Zach. Gray shirts and trousers, orange numbers on their backs, blue hats, helmets, sleeves, and socks. Uniform description sponsored by Benjamin Moore. On the field or the walls of your home, the right team and colors make all the difference. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs, Benjamin Moore. Mets lead 2-0, second inning. Luis Torrens, the batter. Torrens spent some time briefly with the Chicago Cubs, a native of Venezuela, from the town of Valencia, Venezuela. Next offering in there for a strike, 1-1. Beatty on deck, and then Taylor.
I played in Valencia, Venezuela in the winter ball.
How'd you hit in that ballpark?
I think I only played 2 games there ever. It was a very, wasn't one of their bigger parks. They have some that are like Caracas and Port of La Cruz, where my home team was. Beautiful stadium, big stadiums. Been there a long time, but theirs was not a very big. It was very hot there. So you know it's good hitting weather.
So the ball would carry pretty well.
Yeah. Very open, I remember.
So that would have been a winter ball?
Yes, correct. Yep, winter ball.
And how long are those scheduled in winter ball?
I was there for 3 months.
So about 75 games?
Yep, 70 games, yep.
Here comes the 2-2. Bouncing ball to short. Picking is Swanson. Tough off-balance throw, but right on the money. In time, he made a tough play look routine. 1 down, 2-0 New York. Second inning, the batter is Brett Beatty.
Good pitch, good play by Dansby as he goes in a hole, catches this ball on the run, and then throws this ball on the run off the opposite foot, but throws an absolute strike over to Bushy to get the out.
68 degrees in Chicago here at beautiful Wrigley Field. Fastball high to Brett Beatty, a left-handed batter.
Could we bottle this for the playoffs?
Isn't this perfect? Game time temperature sponsored by 4 Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Your trusted local experts. 4 Seasons. Fastball strike 1-1. Beatty hitting .253. He does have some pop with 17 home runs. Lefty to lefty, the next offering. Drilled foul off to the left. We've already had a managerial challenge and an instant replay in this game. Whenever they take place, they always take a second look. Second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. Final regular season night game for the Cubs. Strike 3 called. A breaking ball got him. Strikeout number 1 for Shota. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers.
Well, that breaking ball locked him up. That was inner half breaking ball. That's the one that for a lefty you're hoping you get, but he was not expecting it, and it buckled him at the knees.
Tyrone Taylor pops it up, foul, and coming back out of play. The St. Louis Cardinals are here tomorrow at 1:20 in the afternoon. Another day game on Saturday at 1:20, and then the season finale for all 30 big league teams Sunday. It'll start at 2:20 Central Time. Swing and a miss. And that's something that Major League Baseball has been doing for the last, I would say, 10 years or so. Yeah. They've had the final day of the season where all 30 teams play at exactly the same time.
Yeah, that was a great decision by Major League Baseball.
Swing and a miss by Taylor, and that ends the inning. Shota looks very sharp. Strikes out 2, works 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. Mets on top 2-0 on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs fans, Pete Crow Armstrong here. Pat and Ron call every game on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Struggling with plumbing problems? Plumbers 911 is your trusted solution with licensed plumbing professionals available 24/7 for any plumbing emergency. From repairs, leaks, sump pumps, and more, Plumbers 911 connects you with plumbers that do it right the first time. Call now at 1-833-PLUM-911.
With America's best lineup of hybrids from Hyundai, you get the best of both worlds, like the reliable and efficient Tucson Hybrid, backed by America's best warranty. The Hyundai Tucson Hybrid. It's the best of both worlds.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for $239 a month or get 1.99% APR on the Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Offers end September 30th. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
Where do the Cubs shop to celebrate a big win? Binny's Beverage Depot. Binny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Hey, baseball fans, now at Verizon, they are knocking it out of the park with low prices. Locked in for 3 years guaranteed on my plan. Get a single line for a low price of just $50 a month when you switch and bring your phone on unlimited welcome with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Only on the network you can count on. Slide it into your local Chicago Verizon store today.
$20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 6 months with a new line on Unlimited Welcome. In times of congestion, Unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rates. Additional terms and conditions apply.
Car accident? Call DNW right now. Slip and fall? Call DNW right now. Any accident at all? Call DNW Law right now. Don't hesitate. Call the 8s, 312-888-8888.
This Saturday and Sunday, September 27th and 28th, the Cubs finish up the regular season against the Cardinals. Each day, up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans will receive a special edition Cubs pennant for Fan Appreciation Weekend. Be here for it. Visit Cubs.com/tickets. Huh?
All right, Zach. Uniform descriptions, by the way, brought to you by Benjamin Moore. On the field or the walls of your home, the right team and colors make all the difference. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs, Benjamin Moore. Let's see if Seiya Suzuki can start a rally in this second inning. First pitch from McLean is a strike. For most of the Cubs run, I would think this is their first look at Nolan McLean. Here's a swing and a foul back. When you were facing a guy, you and your teammates, no matter what team you were with, what was your approach when you saw a guy for the very first time?
My first at bat was definitely a situation where I would want to see as many pitches as I could. And in particular with McLean, is that breaking ball, say, and just follow that one back. Because he has a short arm swing, kind of like Cade Hort that we talk about, where he doesn't have that big, long arm action. He's got a shorter one. And to me, that takes a little getting used to seeing the ball kind of jump out of the pitcher's hand or pop out of his hand.
Seiya takes way outside.
So it definitely disrupts your timing a little bit. So that would be something right away. I would want to see as many pitches my first AB as possible.
So you might take the first one or two?
Absolutely, yep.
1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Suzuki is out number one. Second strikeout for Nolan McLean. McLean with a very impressive start to his big league career. 4-1 with a 1.27 ERA and just one home run allowed in 43 innings.
He's got great strikeout numbers, too. He's got more strikeouts than innings pitched and low walk rate. So everything going his way so far.
Here is Carson Kelly. Kelly taking a strike. 2-0 New York, second inning. McLean coming back. This one's outside. McLean has pitched shutout ball of at least 5 1/3 against 3 different teams. Seattle, the Phillies, pretty impressive there, and against Texas. Swinging a foul back out of play, and he got wins in 2 of those and had a no decision in the game against Texas.
Those are all teams with some boppers in that lineup, that's for sure.
Especially the Phillies.
Yeah.
Just facing Kyle Schwarber alone would make your blood pressure rise. Here's the 1-2 now from Nolan McLean.
Did you say Seattle was in that group too? There's that one guy that's doing pretty good over there.
Yeah,
Cal
Raleigh.
Yeah, he's doing okay.
He's up to 60.
Just saying that makes me chuckle. 60 home runs for a catcher.
You wonder how long that record will last.
Oh.
I think it might last for a long time. Fastball away, and it's also by far the most homers by a switch hitter ever. But again, he's very modest about his accomplishments, talking about how happy he is that Seattle is in first, and now they've clinched a playoff spot. 3-2 pitch is a foul at the plate off the foot of the catcher, Torrens.
Happy for their manager, too. Danny Wilson, a guy from Barrington, Illinois, longtime catcher for the Mariners. Really good guy, and you like to see good people, have success, and Danny doing a very nice job with the Mariners.
Kelly swings and misses, strike 3. Breaking ball got him. 3 straight strikeouts for McLean. Mets lead 2-0 here in the second, and the batter is Pete Crow Armstrong. Pete electrified the crowd last night by scoring from second on a wild pitch. You could watch a lot of baseball games and not see that ever. Here's a swing and a foul, 0-1.
His speed just came into play yesterday big time. And, it all started from taking something off the swing and hitting the ball on the ground the other way, putting the ball in play and using the other side of the field. Just putting the ball in play like that created all kinds of problems for the Mets.
Swinging a foul back by Pete. Cubs leadoff man is always brought to you by Benny's Beverage Depot. If a Cubs leadoff hitter in the first inning gets a base hit, Benny's Beverage Depot donates $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. The next offering, swing and a miss, and the inning is over. McLean strikes out the side. He has fanned 4 in a row. We go to inning number 3. Mets 2, Cubs nothing on the score, and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday afternoons with the Spiegel and Holmes Show, 2 to 6 on the Score.
For over 60 years, Fitzgerald Equipment has kept Illinois and Wisconsin moving with forklifts, rentals, and expert service. Featuring heli forklifts built to go the distance. Visit FitzgeraldEquipment.com. Trusted equipment powered by Heli. Fitzgerald Equipment. Material handling handled. Proud partner of Cubs Radio.
It started with one car 70 years ago when the first Volvo car arrived in the U.S. Since, Volvo has helped redefine safety. From the 3-point safety belt to side impact airbags, a whiplash protection system, and blind spot assist, innovations that have saved millions of lives and made summer memories safer for generations. Celebrate 70 years of safety. Visit your local retailer for the Summer Safely bonus going on now.
Join Great Lakes Credit Union's mission of banking for greater good. As a nonprofit financial institution, Great Lakes Credit Union invests in local communities while offering the services of big banks. Learn more at glcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Future You is using their rapid rewards for their next vacation. All thanks to present you signing up with Southwest Airlines, where you earn points every time you fly. Because what's the point of points that future you can't use? And since your rapid rewards points don't expire, you can save up for that big trip. Get ready to reward future you with a future flight. Sign up for Rapid Rewards today and redeem your points on any seat, any day, anytime. Only at Southwest. All Rapid Rewards rules and regulations apply and can be found at southwest.com/RR terms.
FinishingChicago.com for the industry's best drywall finishing, wall covering, glass systems, signage, and painting contractors. Rely on FinishingChicago.com.
Top 3, Mets 2, Cubs nothing. 67 degrees at Wrigley Field. Wind barely a factor at the moment. Time and temperature sponsored by Circa Sports Illinois. Bet like the pros and download the Circa Sports app today. Huh?
Zach, thank you. We go to inning number 3. Mets on top 2-0. Luis Angel Acuna leads it off. He's their second baseman. He's the number 9 hitter. The corner infielders play shallow against Acuna. Lindor and Soto to follow. Here's a swing and a foul back by Acuna.
It's kind of an odd defense Cubs are playing. As you said, Pat, corners in. And Nico was playing way shallow, closer to second base bag and now backing up.
The 0-1 is fouled away. The Mets will leave after the game and fly all the way to Miami and arrive in the wee hours tomorrow morning. Cubs will stay right here. The Cardinals will provide the opposition in a 120 ball game. Outside, the Mets need to win to maintain their lead in the third wild card spot over Cincinnati. Cincinnati a winner earlier today against the Pirates. And if those two teams would finish tied at the end of the year, Cincinnati has the tiebreaker edge over the Mets.
Yeah.
Based on their head-to-head competition.
Crazy, right?
Lots of possibilities still remain. And it's interesting, Ron, you'd think after 162 games that you would have things pretty well settled out. That's not the case.
Not
it
even
never
close.
is.
No.
You always have some team or teams going down to that final game. Here's the next pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Acuna is out number 1. Sometimes you have 4 or 5 teams that need to win to clinch either a division or a wild card, or you're hoping that somebody else loses so that you can sneak in. It always happens, and I'm pretty sure it'll happen again this year.
Yeah, it's coming right down to the end. You know, Cincinnati and these guys will battle right to the very end. That's for sure. You know, there's going to be some stuff happening in the American League too. None of that's not all settled either.
And baseball being the unpredictable enterprise that it is and always has been, the wild card is a very legitimate way to get into the postseason. 7 different wild card teams have ended up winning the World Series. That would be the first argument. Here's a high drive to deep left field. This is trouble. All the way back and long gone. Francisco Lindor with his 30th of the year. And the Mets now lead 3-0. Lindor hit one where the big guys hit home runs. A towering drive. I believe it made it on to Waveland Avenue. And it was gone the second he hit it.
Yeah, that's down the line, too, and over the well area, and that short video board and left and down onto the street. Absolutely, down on the Waveland.
30 homers for a leadoff man and 84 runs batted in for Lindor.
And I think that's part of that deal where, you know, he threw that fastball. That's not where he wanted it. It was inside, but it was, you know, probably thigh high inside. He usually likes to get it up and in.
Dribbler foul by Soto.
But, you know, that inside fastball from Shota, that's what teams are sitting on right now, and that's what he hit.
And he's been burned by the long ball frequently here in the last 11 or 12 starts. That's 19 homers allowed in his last 12 starts. That's a few more than you'd like. Here's a high fly ball to deep center, but it's playable for Crow Armstrong, and he'll make the catch. Soto never did drop the bat. He carries the bat with him into the dugout, head down. And that's out number 2. And the batter is Alonso.
He's flying out deep to center twice. One right in front of the ivy. This one right in front of the track. He's got, I don't know, about 790 feet worth of flyouts and 2 right turns and never dropped the bat.
Here's Pete Alonso. Swinging and missing. He got fooled badly. I was looking at what Soto has done lately. Last 24 games, Ron, averaging better than an RBI per game and hitting .363, really finishing strongly. In his first year with the Mets, Alonso rams it foul. And Soto also, you forget about his base stealing.
Yeah.
He is 4 stolen bases away from becoming a 40 man, 40 homers and 40 steals. And that is a dynamic combination.
Major combination, major accomplishment.
Alonso, big, powerful right-handed batter, waiting, and he'll take high. He does not take much of a stride, Alonso. He has the feet spread kind of wide, and then he leans back and does not really take a big step forward with the lead foot. It's kind of a weight transfer, and he really does generate the power.
Well, he gets loaded on that backside, and, you know, and the hands go back, and everything gets launched and loaded, and as you said, he's a big, strong dude. When he cuts it loose, he does.
Here's the 2-2. Pop fly, foul, might be playable. Over the first base dugout, and making a very nice catch is Carson Kelly. Jumping up next to the netting over by the Mets first base dugout. Very nice play by Carson Kelly. But the Mets get a run on the home run by Lindor. We go to the bottom of the third. It's the Mets 3 and the Cubs nothing on the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Michael Bush. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Here's a club you want to get into, Club Citgo, the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Download Club Citgo today. Savings could up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
It's time for Trash Day Nose Yoga with Hefty. Let's transform stinky scenarios with a joyful scent of Fabuloso. Inhale. You forgot to empty your kid's lunchbox. Exhale. A field of lavender. Inhale. Stinky leftovers. Exhale. Watermelon in the summer. That's the power of hefty, ultra-strong trash bags with Fabuloso.
Hefty, hefty, hefty. Fireplace and Chimney Authority's biggest sale of the year is September 30th through October 4th in Lyle, offering up to 70% off fireplaces, grills, and much more. For more information, go to fireplaceandchimneyauthority.com. If looking for a community that's growing, it still has that small town charm, look to the village of New Lenox. With top-ranked Lincoln Way High School's first-rate healthcare at Silver Cross Hospital and a high quality of life, New Lenox is hard to beat. In their family-friendly Village Commons, the community comes together for traditions such as concerts, movie nights, festivals, holidays, and more. New Lenox is a hometown with pride and possibilities. New Lenox, nothing short of extraordinary.
Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, a leader in comprehensive orthopedic care. Visit IBJI.com for locations.
Dansby Swanson's on deck for the Cubs. Who's on deck is brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Huh?
Let's see if the Cubs can rally in the bottom of this third inning. They have been stymied so far by Nolan McLean. 3-0 New York. Swanson, Shaw, and Bush coming up. Cardinals are here tomorrow, a day game. Cubs have not yet announced their starters for any of the three games. We are going to see Miles Michaelis pitch for St. Louis tomorrow, and Michael McGreevy is penciled in on Saturday. Neither team has announced a Sunday starter.
I think for the Cubs, too, a lot of it depends on where they stand, you know, with having the ability to clinch a home field series in round one of the playoffs.
Cubs magic number down to 2. Now, San Diego will host Arizona in San Diego for the weekend. And now the 1-1. It's outside corner for a call. Strike 2, 1-2.
Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Nice to have Shane Riley of the Cameo Company. Cameo videos. Go to cameo.com. Those are a lot of fun. You and I are both on Cameo.
Yeah, we are.
Here comes the 1-2. Outside for a ball, 2-2. Company's been around for about 4 or 5 years now. Based in Chicago. Here's the 2-2. It's outside. Cameo is a video service company, I guess you could call it, where you can hire a so-called celebrity to record a happy birthday to you or to your brother or sister or parents. Ball 4 to Dansby Swanson. Or maybe somebody you know has just landed a brand new job, or they are retiring after 40 years, or they're getting married.
Yeah, I got married. I did one yesterday where they just got married, big Cub fan. Yeah, I listen to you and I a lot, so I did one yesterday, and they had just recently got married. So that was a good wedding gift, I thought.
Absolutely.
I think.
Go to cameo.com. They're a lot of fun. Nice to have Shane with us, though. Dansby Swanson at first, nobody out. Matt Shaw, the batter. Swanson with a base on balls. Many times a walk will lead to a rally. Shaw having a good series, 4 for 8 with a home run, and he has scored 4 runs. And the pitch by McLean. And it's going to be in there for a strike, 1-1.
A good fastball at the top of the zone. Shaw didn't see that ball real well, and that's the thing with McLean. It's that short arm action, and the ball just kind of jumps at you out of his hand. You just don't pick it up real well in your first AB.
The next pitch, that's going to be in there for a strike, a breaking ball. 1-2. The lights now have taken full effect. That's when you know you're late in the season, when the lights have taken full effect by the third inning. That's got 2 in the first and 1 in the top of this third on a home run by Lindor. Cubs trying to answer back right now with a man at first and nobody out. And the 1-2 pitch. On the way to Shaw. Swinging a tap foul. We'll do it again. The Mets have been struggling. In their last 17 games, they have gone 5-12. So they have had a rough patch here when you don't really want to have a rough patch.
Yeah, that's late in the year. Sometimes it's just tough to keep it together with guys getting, guys fatigued.
Chopper fouled at the plate. Isn't fatigue a constant companion for just about everyone in the game?
Absolutely. In Major League Baseball, and you get to this last month and you're playing every day, you're really fighting the whole, the issue of mental, you've got to be able to figure out how to get past that and just, day to day, bring your best effort out there every day.
The 1-2 pitch by Nolan McLean. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fooled him on a breaking ball. Strikeout number 5 for McLean. So the first time through the order run, he strikes out 5 of the 9 Cubs hitters. 1 away and a man at first, and the batter is Michael Busch.
A lot of off-speed stuff, a lot of breaking pitches, whether it be the slider or the curveball. That last pitch was more of a curveball, a little slower, a little bigger break. But, guys are having a tough time picking up his breaking stuff here through the first time through the lineup.
Busch will stroke it foul off to the left out of play.
Kind of knew that was coming, too. When I watched him earlier this morning in the video of his first 7 starts, I thought you really need to take a good long look at what he's doing in your first AB to pick up the release point and try to figure out what he's throwing.
The next pitch down low, 1-1. So once you've seen a guy for 1 at-bat, what types of things might you have learned in the first AB?
Well, I'll tell you what I've learned is he's really confident with his breaking stuff, maybe even more so in getting hitters out than the fastball. So to the righties, he's throwing a lot of breaking stuff, sliders and curveballs. So even though he's mid-90s with his heater, you might go up in your second at-bat and go, first couple pitches, I'm going to sit on a hook and see if I get one. And if he throws it in the middle of the plate, you might be able to do some damage.
1-2 on Michael Busch. Michael drilled a 2-run homer in last night's game, his 31st of the year. He has been one of the most consistent Cubs players all season long. The 1-2 to Michael. Swing and a miss. Sharp breaking ball gets him. 6 strikeouts. He has struck out 6 of the last 7 hitters, and the batter is Nico Horner.
And once again, breaking ball. This is a curveball, and kind of knuckle curve. He digs that index fingernail into the ball and then really torques the baseball with the middle finger. And that one had good break down and in against Busch.
Horner hits a chopper slowly to third, bare-handing the ball and throwing to first. In time, good play by Beatty and a good play by Alonso on the other end. Alonso had to backhand the ball with a stretch as he was starting to dive to the ground, but he made the play, and the Cubs do not score in the third. We go to inning number 4. Mets 3, Cubs nothing on the score, and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk middays 10 to 2 on Rahimi, Harris, and Grody on the Score, official radio home of the Cubs.
The President's Cup is coming to Medina Country Club September 22nd through 27th, 2026. Join us as the top U.S. and international PGA Tour players compete for their country. Tickets are on sale now at presidentscup.com.
Hey, it's David Hoffer, Chef IQ. You know the feeling when you're about to cut into a juicy steak and hope it tastes as perfect as it looks? That sounds delicious. Worry no more. The Chef IQ Sense is a wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates undercooking or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat, whether on a stovetop, oven, or grill. The probe is inserted into your food, connected wirelessly to an app. Once you select your desired doneness, the app alerts you when to take the steaks off the grill or the turkey out of the oven. It's that simple. Order one now on chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
One text, one snap, one scroll is all it takes to be game over behind the wheel. You drive, you text, you pay. Think you can beat distractions in our retro arcade? Visit itsnotagameillinois.com.
Still getting around to that fix on your car?
You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
James Hardie Building Products knows how important your home is. That's why they're rated the #1 brand of siding in North America. James Hardie is proud to sponsor the Cubs. James Hardie Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
The Out-of-Town Scoreboard is sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. The Dodgers officially clinched the National League West. They crushed the Diamondbacks today 8-0. The Astros, an 11-5 winner over the A's. Christian Walker went deep, his 24th home run. Twins shut out the Rangers 4-0. The Orioles beat the Rays 6-5.
Meanwhile, we go to the fourth inning here at Wrigley. 3-0 Mets. Shota Imanaga working on Mark Vientos. First pitch, line toward left, long run, Happ dives, makes a great diving catch. What a play by Ian Happ. He was heading for the left field line deep in the corner area. Made a running, dramatic, diving, backhanded catch. Beautiful play.
Now this ball, it's a breaking ball, and it's scorched down into the corner, and this is a big league play. Ian lays out for this ball. This is full Superman, nothing. The entire body is off the ground when he lays out for this one. Now that's Gold Glove defense right there.
One down, fourth inning. Brendan Nimmo, the batter. Nimmo takes a strike.
Catch of the game, I think that one qualifies. Sponsored by Catch Des Moines. Discover the weekend getaway in Des Moines where only the S's are silent. Find all the fun at catchdesmoines.com. That one will silence the hitter, too. I didn't like when guys did that to me.
That cuts into your batting average.
What a play by Ian.
Here comes the 0-1 from Shota Imanaga to Brendan Nimmo, and it's in there for a call, strike two.
Had other action around the majors. The Reds with a 2-1 victory over the Pirates. And then there are a whole bunch of games in progress.
Here comes the 0-2. Breaking ball is low.
Bottom of the eighth inning in Philadelphia. The Phillies with a 1-0 lead over the Marlins. That game, though, is now delayed by rain. Top half of the eighth inning in Cleveland. The Tigers on top of the Guardians 4-1. Riley Green, home run number 36.
Fastball is outside.
White Sox lead the Yankees 3-1. They're in the bottom half of the fifth inning. Michael A. Taylor with a 2-run home run. The Red Sox and Blue Jays are scoreless in the bottom of the sixth inning. It's a bullpen game for Toronto. And I bring that up.
Fastball is going to be outside, 3-2.
I bring that up because Toronto currently is pitching a perfect game. They're in the bottom half of the sixth inning in Canada. Blue Jays and Red Sox are scoreless.
Zach, thank you for the update. Here's a ground ball left side, past a diving Shaw into left. It's a single for Brendan Nimmo with one away. Mets lead 3-0 in the fourth, and the batter is Luis Torrens. Getting back to that Cleveland game against Detroit, if Detroit wins that game and they have a 4-1 lead now in the eighth inning in Cleveland, you realize those two teams will have the exact same record, tied for first with just 3 games to play. That's about as dramatic as you can get.
Yeah, that is it. When you think about where that lead has gone over the last 10 days or 12 days. Ooh.
Cleveland has been red hot, and Detroit picking the worst possible time to go into a nosedive. But again, Detroit is leading that game tonight, 4-1, and I'm sure Zach will update us if anything happens. Here's the 0-1 from Imanaga to Torrens. Bouncer into center field, a base hit. Stopping at second is Nimmo. How big does the play by Happ look now? After his catch, the next two men have both singled.
Now that definitely has saved the run so far. This is just a hanging splitter. by Shota. When his split is going down, that's very good. When it's going across the zone, he does not like that. And that one went across the zone, inner half, about knee high, and got smoked right back through the middle. Mullion Hall, Tuck Cubs baseball on Chicago Sports every weekday morning from 5:30 to 10 on 670 Score in the Odyssey app. I will be talking to the boys tomorrow morning at 8.
Now, is that straight up at 8 or 8:05?
Straight up 8. As long as Dustin calls me right at 8.
So you'll be ready to go?
I will be. I'm usually coffeeed up at 7:30, ready to roll at 8.
Little espresso?
You got it.
Here's the 0-1. Lifted to left. Pretty well hit. Deep. That goes half to the left field fence. That is gone for a 3-run homer for Brett Beatty. And the Mets have opened up a 6-0 lead.
We talked about it tonight. It's one of them rare nights here at Wrigley where the wind is not blowing at all. So as soon as, the wind was blowing fairly hard when we got here, but it is not blowing at all. So the ball is really going to carry on this warmer night here at Wrigley, and that ball just carries right out of the ballpark to straight left field into the well as Ian goes back and runs out of room.
For Beatty, his 18th opposite field 3-run homer by the left-handed batting Beatty. One away in the inning. Mets on top 6-0. And Imanaga struggling again. Tyrone Taylor takes outside, ball 1. And the next pitch in there for a called strike. Taylor hitting 8th in the order. He's the center fielder for the Mets. Slightly open stance. He bounces one to third, gloved by Shaw. The toss across in time. And that's out number 2.
Now, a lot of the thing that was different about the last home run is that's Beatty hitting an Oppo home run. He hit that ball a long way the opposite field. You don't see a lot of left-handers hitting a ball to the left field well area, because that's a deep part of the ballpark, and hitting a home run there.
There's a bouncer. Diving stop by Shaw. What a play he made, and throws to first in time. Shaw, the third baseman, diving in front of the shortstop Swanson, made a fantastic play. So 2 sparkling defensive gems in the inning, but the Mets get a 3-run homer from Brett Beatty, and they lead 6-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to every Cubs game right here on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
As the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs, Sloan has greeted fans with sustainable restroom products at Wrigley Field for 111 years. And now Sloan is excited to introduce new innovation to Cubs fans throughout the concourse with its brand new bottle fillers to provide clean drinking water while reducing plastic waste throughout the friendly confines. Learn more at Sloan.com, and go Cubs go!
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. You bet on the team to win, and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Illinois. T&Cs apply.
Hey, baseball fans, thinking about a new Subaru this season? Do yourself a favor. Take the short drive north and visit Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Check out this winning lineup. Outstanding customer service, a vast inventory of new and pre-owned vehicles, the latest incentives, and a laid-back experience you won't find in the city. That's a home run every time. Visit Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha today or shop whenever you want at ZieglerSubaruKenosha.com. They'll light up the scoreboard every time.
We're gearing up for another season, and you can too at Suits 2020 in Niles. More than just suits, casual wear, sportswear, and more. Suits 2020, the latest fashions at the lowest prices.
League leaders are swapped sponsored by American Sail. Bring the fun home as we take a look at the Major League Baseball stat board. Aaron Judge leads the majors in batting average, hitting at .331. You guys talked about Cal Raleigh, who now has 60 home runs to lead the big leagues. Kyle Schwarber, the RBI leader, with 132. Jose Caballero of the Yankees leads in stolen bases with 48. On the pitching side, Paul Skeens, the ERA leader, 1.97.
Cubs need a rally as Ian Happ will lead off the bottom of this fourth inning. Ian made that fabulous diving catch, and now he leads off in the bottom of the inning. The Cubs need some base runners, and they've been able to do next to nothing so far against the right-hander Nolan McLean. Here comes the 1-1. That's going to be a strike.
This fourth inning is sponsored by Wintrust, home of the exclusive Cubs debit card. Remember, FDIC, EHL lender.
Happ pokes one foul off to the left and out of play.
Just had a nice visit in the booth, Pat, from our friends from Fitzgerald Equipment. Great guys, brought us. You got all kinds of new stuff coming, don't you? You got that new shirt today. We got mugs today. We got other shirts. The guys from Fitzgerald Equipment brought us some shirts today. You're going to have to build like a new room in the house for all this stuff.
Make me an offer. Here comes the 2-2 to Ian Happ. No, I'm just kidding. I appreciate everything. And the defensive alignment every day that we talk about the way a defense is positioned against a particular Cubs hitter. That is sponsored by Fitzgerald.
Yes, sir.
Material handling handled. Learn more at FitzgeraldEquipment.com. Happ swings and misses, strike three.
This kid, he's on the mound. You knew, in watching him and kind of what he's done so far, in his first 7 starts in the league has been very good. And, good arm, great lively stuff, but then also the deception with the short arm swing and the release point just make it very tough. And the entire league is having issues hitting this guy. He's got one of the best ERAs in baseball since the middle of August.
And right now, Ron, he has struck out 7 of the last 9 Cubs hitters. That's hard to do in the big leagues. Now, Moises Ballesteros will take a strike, 0-2. Mets leads 6-0. We're going to play the attendance game, the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. It's another tremendous crowd. I'll guess 35,753. 35753. Swing and a miss, strike three, another strikeout. Second time he's gotten Ballesteros. 8 of the last 10 hitters have fanned.
Pretty incredible, and a lot of breaking stuff with a guy with a good fastball. So he's had command of his curveball and his slider today. I will say 37,700.
Suzuki will take a strike.
I'll go 38,000 on the dot.
Seiya struck out his first time. He looks at a ball that breaks outside. It's 1-1. Wind, not much of a factor. Flag's just kind of hanging. And 1-1. It's down low, but as Ron told you, it's a kind of a night where the ball will carry. It's not cold, just a gentle breeze blowing out. Mets have already had a couple of home runs, one by Lindor, the other by Beatty. And a breaking ball strike, 2-2 to Seiya.
See, that last breaking ball, it's a slider, and it ends up right in the middle of the plate. So it starts out at Seiya's front hip and breaks over the plate. That's the one you want to hit if you're a right-handed hitter. The problem with that is you got to pick it up. There it goes.
Deep fly ball to left center. This ball's got a chance. Get out the tape measure. Long gone. Home run for Seiya Suzuki. The Cubs get on the board. It is his 28th of the year, his 94th run batted in. And now the Cubs deficit is 6-1.
It's kind of odd. McLean has been dealing, and he's had so much success with his breaking ball to the right-handed hitters, and then all of a sudden he goes changeup to Seiya. That's a mistake. Yeah, and Seiya hits this ball 2/3 of the way up the bleachers and left.
Landed right under that big video board out in left center.
It's almost like he hadn't thrown changeup in a while, so let's just throw one. That one went a long way.
Kelly swings and misses, and the count 1-1 on Carson. Mets lead 6-1, bottom of the fourth inning. Final game of the year between the two teams. The Mets have won 3 of the first 5. Kelly looks at a ball inside near his left elbow. 2-1. Kyle Tucker scheduled to see some action for the Cubs as soon as tomorrow when the Cardinals arrive. The 2-1 foul back 2-2.
He has taken some live batting practice from live pitching. So he is, getting closer. He was out in the outfield yesterday. I saw him taking fly balls and running around in the outfield and doing his running work, quite a bit earlier than batting practice. So that's good news for the Cubs if he can get out there and start playing, and at least tomorrow possibly DHing.
McLean ready for the 2-2. Kelly will check and take outside, 3-2. It's only the second homer given up by McLean in 47 innings of work. There's a fly ball into right center, playable. Converging are Taylor and Soto. They almost collide. The center fielder ends up making the catch, and that ends the inning. Cubs get a run on the home run by Suzuki. Zach Zaidman will join Ron Coomer in a moment. At the end of 4, Mets 6, Cubs 1 on the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Matthew Boyd. Listen to Every Game Here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
From the first pitch to extra innings, Sea Glass is your invitation to relax and recharge. As the official wine partner of the Chicago Cubs, Sea Glass brings the refreshing flavors of California's Central Coast to wherever you are, whether it's in the stands or on the couch. So pour yourself a glass and slide into your coastal state of mind. Look for Sea Glass in the wine aisle at your local retailer. Sea Glass, official wine partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Okay, guys, be honest. Are you a man who landed a career, built a family, and tackled other big goals, but then realized at some point you stopped having guy friends? You're not the only one. And now 2 organizations in Chicago are teaming up to help. AARP Chicago and Men Living have created a virtual series that invites men 50 and older to meet and create friendships. It's free, virtual, and designed to make it easier for men to connect. It's from 2 to 3 p.m. on September 3rd, 10th, and 24th. For more information and to register, visit aarp.org/IL.
Fall is a time for football, falling leaves, cozy fires, and of course, a fresh haircut at Great Clips. Whether you want a whole new look for the season or just a trim on a cut you already love, the skilled stylists at your local Great Clips salon are ready to bring it to life for less. With convenient online check-in, you can stop in whenever it works for you. And with the affordable prices at Great Clips, you'll save money for fall fun too. So what are you waiting for? Download the app today and get a fresh haircut for fall at Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
James Hardy Building Products knows how important your home is. That's why they're rated the #1 brand of siding in North America. James Hardy is proud to sponsor the Cubs. James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
Alongside Ron Coomer, Zach Zaidman with you. We're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. Getting set for the top half of the 5th inning, the finale of this 3-game set between the Cubs and Mets. New York with a 6-1 lead. Francisco Lindor will lead things off against Shota Imanaga. Lindor, a switch hitter, batting from the right side. He homered his last time up, smashing one on the Waveland Avenue. Imanaga kicks and delivers, and the first pitch is high and outside for ball 1. Missing with a splitter. Wind barely an issue this evening, just a zephyr of a breeze at the moment. Here's the pitch. Lindor swings. It's a high fly ball deep left. Happ going back. It's playable on the track. Makes the catch angling toward the corner for out number 1. The first out is sponsored by Xfinity, your home field advantage. Brought to you by Xfinity, all your favorite teams, all in one place.
Little split finger, and that one does the job. It's exactly what it's supposed to do. Is gets Lindor out in front, and he hits that ball just off the end of the bat enough. Hit it to the track, though, down the line, but stayed in the ballpark, obviously.
Here's the dangerous Juan Soto. 2 long flyouts to center tonight. The pitch. Soto swings, drills one in the air, deep right center field. Crow Armstrong racing. Oh, and he makes a diving backhanded catch, sliding on the track just to the left of the garage door. What a play by PCA. 2 away.
This ball is hammered in the gap in right center field, and I just didn't know if anybody was going to be able to get to this ball, and Pete just kicks it into gear and then lays out for this ball, and he catches this ball on the backhand as he's kind of starting a dive, and then makes the catch and then just lays out on the track. Soto just shaking his head. He's got about 1,000 feet of flyouts to straightaway center to Pete today.
Pete Alonso at the plate, and he looks at a strike from Imanaga, splitter right at the bottom of the zone, 0-1. What would you say was the degree of difficulty on that catch by PCA?
10.
Here comes the 0-1. That's up high. So 1-1 the count now on Alonso.
That was a heck of a play. We've seen 2 of them today. Ian Happ going down the line and making a diving catch, and now Pete on the warning track. Same thing. Both of them had a long way to go to get to that ball, too.
Alonso looks at a ball low, a splitter that missed. 2-1 the count. 10.
You got it.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Can't argue. Here's the 2-1. Alonso swings and hits a line drive deep right. Suzuki going back and makes the catch just short of the track for out number 3.
7, 8, 9 in putouts in this inning. How about that?
All of them loud outs, but Mets go down in order in the top half of the 5th. Middle 5, it's the Mets 6, the Cubs 1 on the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
This is your home for every pitch of Cubs baseball. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Experience design you feel in every detail, and technology as innovative as it is effortless with Buick. These are luxuries you don't have before. This is Buick now. Buick, exceptional by design. Well-qualified buyers get 0.9% APR financing on 2025 Buick models. Plus, current eligible non-GM owners lessees get $3,000 purchase allowance on Encore GX, $1,000 purchase allowance on Envision, $250 purchase allowance on Envista, and $500 purchase allowance on Enclave. Must be a current owner of a 2011 model year or newer non-GM vehicle, or a current lessee of a 2020 model year or newer non-GM vehicle for at least 30 days prior to new vehicle sale. Length of contract limited. Some customers will not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 9/30/25.
Hey, folks, here. Since teaming up with the fine folks at Yuengling Beer, I've heard this question a lot. Ron, how has Yuengling managed to be around for 196 years? Well, it comes down to one thing. They brew great beer. Simple as that. It takes real quality to become the oldest brewery in America, and Yuengling's been doing it right since 1829. Whether it's traditional lager, light lager, Flight by Yuengling, they all have the same commitment to flavor and craftsmanship. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, official beer of the Cubs Radio Network, DG Yuengling & Sons, Pottsville, PA.
When it comes to tuxedos and suits, the pros at Suits 2020 have the winning looks. Why rent when you can own for about the same price? Schedule your free fitting at Suits2020.com.
Getting set for the last of the 5th here at Wrigley. Mets with a 6-1 lead over the Cubs. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score. The Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams on the Spiegel and Holmes Show. Afternoons 2 to 6 on the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network. WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, an Odyssey sports station.
Fans in Illinois can purchase Cubs Charities 50/50 raffle tickets starting at 10 a.m. through the end of the game at Cubs.com/raffle or from a raffle ambassador at Wrigley Field through the 8th inning. Big Crow Armstrong at the plate to lead off the last of the fifth. And he looks at a breaking ball off the outside. 1-0 the count. Mets 6, Cubs 1. A finale of this three-game set. Rookie right-hander Nolan McLean deals. Crow Armstrong whacks it foul out of play. Second deck off to the left. 1-1 the count. McLean with 8 strikeouts tonight over the first 4 innings. He's allowed just 2 hits. A double by Ian Happ. A solo shot by Seiya Suzuki. And the 1-1. Crow Armstrong bloops one down the left field line. Slicing foul out of play. 1-2.
Pete asking the home plate umpire if those pitches are strikes or not. Swung on a pitch down and away, borderline, and that one was inside. I think Cub hitters are just having a very hard time picking up the pitches of McLean.
A swing and miss, strike 3. That one a slow-moving breaking ball right at the bottom of the zone. Crow Armstrong retired. 1 away. That's 9 strikeouts on the night.
Wow. I knew this morning when I was looking at film of this guy throwing, I was like, wow, where's he been? They had better guys in the rotation all year. I thought, this guy can pitch.
Dansby Swanson, it's a high fly ball, deep right center field. This may go. It's gone. Swanson goes the other way, and it's now 6-2 Mets. For Dansby, that's home run number 24 on the year.
As we've talked about, the win is a non-factor. So, boy, the gaps here at Wrigley Field play very short. And Dansby just gets into this one. And that's the approach you got to have against a guy like this where you're not seeing the ball real well. You've got to think of taking the fastball the other way and get a little longer look and then adjusting to the breaking ball. Well, that's exactly what Dansby did, and he got the barrel on that fastball and hit it in the bleachers and right.
Here's Matt Shaw, and he looks at a strike. Sinking fastball right along the inside edge, just below the belt, 0-1. McLean kicks and fires, and Shaw takes a big swing and a miss at a breaking ball at the top of the zone, 0-2. A 402-foot drive for Swanson the other way. Another hefty home run. Official trash bag of the Chicago Cubs. Hefty strength that's anything but ordinary.
First 7 starts, Klein had only given up 1 home run, given up 2 in today's ball game.
Shaw waits for the 0-2. McLean, high leg kick and pitch. High and outside. 1-2 now on Shaw. He missed 96-mile-an-hour heater. The RBI by Swanson. A reminder that RBIs by Cubs batters are sponsored by Old National Bank. The pitch. Shaw, an awkward check swing and miss on appeal, says first base umpire James Hoy. That's 10 strikeouts now on the night for McLean. Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Get old.
10 punch out of the game and then high gas to Shaw. And that's, this guy's got a pretty good mix of fastball, slider, curveball, and then an occasional changeup.
He starts off Michael Busch with a curveball in the zone for strike 1. Righty-lefty matchup. McLean deals. Shaw bounces one up the first base line. It's picked up by McLean, and Busch runs out of the baseline off to the left. He's called out, and that is out number 3. But the Cubs move a little bit closer after the solo shot by Swanson. 6-2 Mets after 5 on the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Cade Horton. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Future You is using their rapid rewards for their next vacation. All thanks to Present You signing up with Southwest Airlines, where you earn points every time you fly. Because what's the point of points that Future You can't use? And since your rapid rewards points don't expire, you can save up for that big trip. Get ready to reward Future You with a future flight. Sign up for rapid rewards today and redeem your points on any seat, any day, anytime. Only at Southwest. All Rapid Rewards rules and regulations apply and can be found at southwest.com/RR terms.
Hi, it's Lou Manfredini for the Gilkey Window Company. I've been talking about these windows for 25 years. The Gilkey family has been making these windows for 45 years. They make, in my opinion, the best windows and doors you could put in your home. I put them in my home. You can do the same now during their summer special. Get $375 off each window, $1,000 off their really nice patio doors with no money down. Call 888-3-GILKEY. That's 888-3-GILKEY or visit Gilkey.com.
Let's talk bacon. Hatfield Pumpkin Spice Bacon. This is not your everyday bacon. It's a game changer. You get that classy, smoky, savory Hatfield bacon flavor you love, but layered with warm pumpkin spice, even a little sweetness, crispy, sweet, smoky. Every bite feels like fall on your plate. Perfect with pancakes or just straight out of the pan. But it's only here for a limited time. Visit simplyhatfield.com for retail locations near you. Hatfield, better care, better pour.
Hey, Cubs fans, make history with your business in the Village of Bedford Park. To learn more, contact Adam Colopy at ACOLLOPY at villageofbedfordpark.com.
Time for inning number 6. Cubs trail 6-2. Each team with a couple of home runs. Solos by the Cubs, Suzuki in the 4th and Swanson in the 5th. Imanaga working on Mark Vientos to lead off the Mets 6th inning. First pitch outside. Mets got a couple of runs in the first, scoring one on an interference call. I guess you wouldn't call it an interference. It would be a dead ball where a fielder catches a ball and then leaves the field of play. That becomes a dead ball, and everyone on base advances one base. Mets had men at second and third at that time, so a run scored on that play, and then a moment later, Brandon Nimmo singled to drive in a second run. Mets made it 3-0 in the third on a home run by Francisco Lindor. The pitch to Vientos, bouncing ball to the hole, tough play, Dansby, Swanson, long throw to first, he got it. Great play by Dansby, a sliding backhand stop as quick as a wink. He got to his feet and from the outfield grass made a long one-hop throw in time to get him. Great play.
Yeah, excellent play by Dansby. He makes this play about as well as anybody in the league. That sliding catch, plant the right foot, and come up firing. And threw a one-hop, perfect one-hop throw to Bushy. Tough plays of the game. That one qualifies. Sponsored by Loyola Medicine. Loyola Medicine defines tough.
6-2 New York. Swinging a foul back by Brandon Nimmo. The big blow of the game, a 3-run homer by Brett Beatty in the Mets' 4th inning. That gave New York a 6-0 lead before the Cubs have taken a couple of bites out of the deficit on home runs by Suzuki and Swanson. Take a look at this date in baseball history as we move along. This day in baseball history brought to you by villageofbedfordpark.com. Now's the time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. Lefty to lefty as Nimmo takes down low, and it's 1-1.
Anything big happened in baseball today?
Let's see what has happened. Sammy Sosa, I remember this one. It was the final Friday night of the 1998 season. The Cubs were playing in Houston at the old Astrodome, and Sammy hit his 66th home run. The Cubs would lose the game, but they would eventually win in a wild card playoff against the Giants.
Yeah.
Here's a swing and a smash into center, a base hit by Nimmo. Nimmo is 3 for 3. Haven't seen many left-handed batters in a couple of seasons with Imanaga pitching run. Lefty batters getting 3 hits against Shota.
Yeah, I would agree. The thing is, he's hit 2 of the same pitch. He got 2 fastballs. His first at bat, and now this one, inside fastballs about mid-thigh, and he smoked both of them. One right, one back through the middle.
Luis Torrens, the batter, takes low and in for a ball. But I remember that home run. At that time, he and Mark McGwire were involved in a classic home run battle. And that actually gave Sammy a lead of 66-65.
Wow.
And you're at the final weekend, but then about an hour later, McGwire would hit his 66, and he added another homer later that game, and then he had 3 more over the weekend to finish with the incredible mark of 70 home runs until Barry Bonds came along and broke that with 73 in, I believe, 2001. But that was quite a season to watch all of those home runs.
I would agree. The whole league was a buzz during that time.
1-1 to Torrens, foul back.
I was playing in the American League at that time, and we would be playing in different ballparks in American League games. So you'd be ready, like doing your stretching right before game time. You had 20 minutes before. And if the Cubs or Cardinals were playing, depending on where you were time zone, like their game already started, the big boards in all the ballparks would flash to their at-bats and show their at-bats in an American League ballpark. That's the kind of attention that received throughout the league.
Here comes the 1-2 from Shota, very high and outside for a ball. Mets lead 6-2, 6th inning. A man at first with 1 away. Now the lefty ready for the 2-2. Fly ball to right, pretty well hit. Over near the line is Suzuki with room in the corner now, near the track, makes the catch. You're right, Ron. The ball is really carrying tonight, even though there's not a great deal of wind blowing.
Yeah, I just, these warmer nights, 68 degrees at game time. The wind was blowing in when we got here today, and it was blowing in, not real hard, but blowing in, to where it's going to affect the game. The night got here, and it just quieted down, and now it's a very calm night, so the ball really jumping here at Wrigley.
Toss to first, not in time. The late Frank Castillo came within 1 strike of a no-hitter on this date in 1995 against the Cardinals. A guy by the name of Bernard Gilkey had a triple to right center to ruin the no-hit bid with 2 outs in the 9th inning. 0-1 on Beatty, lefty to lefty. Shota set, looks over at the lead of Nimmo, and the pitch fouled away.
Drew Pomerantz, left-hander, getting warmed up in the Cubs bullpen. Showed his pitch count. Starting time here in the 6th inning, he's at 86 pitches in the ballgame.
Here's the stretch and the pitch on the way, and it's taken down low. 1984, the Mets' Rusty Staub became only the 2nd player to hit a home run both as a teenager and one after his 40th birthday. Do you know who the other guy would have been? In fact, somebody has done that since then. I think there are 3. The legendary Ty Cobb did it.
Okay.
Homered as a teenager and then after the age of 40. Ground ball slowly hit, and this is going to be a base hit. A slow chopper between the mound and the first base bag. Shota went after it, realized it was out of his range. Horner came in, tried to barehand the ball and never got the handle. And that's going to be a base hit for Beatty. Kind of hit it into no man's land, and Shota now will be looked at by Tommy Hotovy and also the translator out to take a look at him.
Yeah, I think they're just going to talk. I think they're getting to the point of the game with Shota's pitch count. He's up close to 90. Pomerantz getting ready. So this is that, give Pomerantz his last few pitches get warm, see if Shota can get out of this 6th inning. Try to think of the other guy. It would be.
You would have played some games against this guy, I'm pretty sure. Oh, yeah, I'm positive you would have. Broke in with Milwaukee.
That was Gary Sheffield.
Gary Sheffield, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I knew he got in the league at 19 years old. I knew that. I just wasn't sure if he played until he was after 40 years old.
Mark Langston was his first victim.
Mm-hmm.
He was a left-hander for Seattle at that time.
Boy, did he have a quick bat, didn't he?
He could throw very hard when he was young.
Langston, yeah.
All right, back to the action now. 2 men on, 2 down. This is a big spot. The Cubs have built up a little momentum, getting runs in the last 2 innings. The Mets trying to grab that momentum back right now. They lead 6-2 in the 6th. Tyrone Taylor waiting, and he'll pop it up foul and out of play. So Rusty Staub, Ty Cobb, and Gary Sheffield. I think those are the only 3. Did Alex Rodriguez homer after his 40th birthday? He may have.
I know he was playing in the league as a teenager because I was playing against him when he was in Seattle.
There's a line drive, base hit into left center. This is going to drive in 2. The ball goes all the way to the wall. Rounding third and coming in to score is Beatty on the 2-run double by Tyrone Taylor, and the Mets now lead 8-2.
This ball sizzled past Dansby Swanson. Dansby kind of reaches for this ball, can't get to it. And this ball is really smoked, and this ball scoots through the outfield grass. You know how hard that ball's hit. If Dansby lunges for it sideways and doesn't get to it, it goes all the way to the ivy. You know it's hit hard.
That's going to be all for Shota Imanaga. He gets roughed up, giving up 8 runs and 5 2/3, and he's responsible for the man at second base upon his departure. Pitching changes by the Chicago Cubs. Those are always sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Mets 8, Cubs 2. We're in the 6th inning on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Jamison Tyone. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers. If you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Surround yourself in color with Regal Select from Benjamin Moore. Rich, durable, and effortlessly beautiful. Find yours at your locally owned retailer. Visit BenjaminMoore.com today.
Drew Pomeranz, the new left-handed pitcher for the Cubs. Tall left-hander facing Acuna. Luis Angel Acuna will take a strike. Taylor with a 2-out, 2-run double after Beatty had that little infield single to keep the inning alive. And now the Mets lead by 6 again. Swing and a foul back, 0-2. Thanks to Zach Zaidman for looking up the info. Indeed, Alex Rodriguez is the 4th different big leaguer to have a home run as a teenager and one after his 40th birthday. Here comes the 0-2 to Acuna. Bouncer toward the middle, fielded by Horner near the bag, throws to first, and gets his man. But a 2-run double by Taylor in the 6th inning increases the Mets' lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th. New York 8, Cubs 2. This is the Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Spiegel and Holmes on your ride home. Noons 2 to 6 on The Score.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Hi, this is Dave Musial, owner of Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. With our biggest sale ever. Furnaces from $39 a month. Furnace and air conditioning combos from $59 a month. Plus 72 months interest-free financing and up to a $4,000 system rebate. Four Seasons guaranteed to beat any competitor's price by up to $1,000 guaranteed. So call today for your free in-home estimate and same-day installation.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Car accident? Call DNW right now. Slip and fall? Call DNW right now. Any accident at all? Call DNW Law right now. Don't hesitate. Call the 8s, 312-888-8888.
Nico Horner is on deck for the Cubs. Who's on deck is brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Coom?
And let's see what's on tap here in the 6th inning, sponsored by Flight by Yingling, the next generation light beer. And, you know, it is a night to hit the ball out of the park and puts the balls in flight. And the Cubs, you know, going to need some bombs here in this ballgame, Patrick, to get back into this game.
Well, they've hit 2 solos. They need some homers with men on base. Nico Horner first up. Nolan McLean gone the distance. And the pitch to Nico is a strike. Shallow at third is Beatty. Nico has grounded out twice. McLean working quickly, and the next ball is swung on and missed. 0-2. Sharp breaking ball. And that's won the opener on Tuesday night. 9-7 in a wild game. Cubs clobbered New York last night 10-3. Here's Nico driving it foul to the right field corner area. We'll have a day game for you tomorrow. The Cubs and the Cardinals, a 1:20 game here at Wrigley. Nico backs away from some high heat. 1-2. Cubs have not yet named a starter for any of the 3 games against the Cardinals. And fastball, strike 3 called. Horner is out number 1. Nico has a brief conversation with Sean Barber, the home plate umpire. He didn't like that call. That's what it looked like.
Crossfire 2 starts out away and comes back to the up part of the strike zone on the outside corner. Perfect pitch.
1-1, nobody on. Ian Happ will take outside.
Meet of the order for the Chicago Cubs. That's sponsored by Chef IQ Sense. Never under or overcook your food again. Purchase now at chefiq.com.
Happ has doubled and struck out in the game. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Here comes the 2-0, way outside, ball 3. McLean now at 87 pitches. His control has been very sharp. No walks.
No walks, 11 strikeouts.
Yeah, that's quite a disparity. In for a strike, 3-1. Happ would gladly take a walk right now just to get something going. Big crowd at Wrigley. They're ready to make some noise. They always are. 68 degrees at game time. It's cooled off maybe a little. 3-1 pitch, curve, sweeps in there for a strike. Full count on Ian Happ. And here comes the payoff pitch from the Mets right-hander Nolan McLean. It's outside. He walked in. So they cut a man on. Moises Ballesteros coming up, and now there's going to be a conference on the mound.
Last pitch, just 0-2-seamer, just takes off the plate away. Well, not take close. Very good late movement, though, on all these pitches.
Jeremy Hefner, the pitching coach for the Mets, out to see about McLean.
You know, and I would bet that the Mets would love to have gotten this guy out of the game already. Young guy, you know, but, you know, with the way the games have gone the last two nights for them, they've had two really short starts from their starting pitchers. So their bullpen has been used up a ton. So, you know, you got to try to squeeze everything you can out of McLean, even though you probably don't want to. This time of the year, a young arm like him, I think he's only 24, but sometimes, you know, you're fighting for a playoff spot, and you can't just keep burning up your bullpen.
It becomes just a little different game as you get to this stage of the year, Ron. Right. You're not thinking long-term. You're thinking today, right now, and then you'll worry about tomorrow when it comes. Fastball is inside. That almost hit Ballesteros. But that's one reason why when we give the pitching matchups for the upcoming series, a lot of TBD, to be determined.
Yeah, that's right.
Here's the pitch, line down the left field line. That's going to be a fair ball. Fair ball. It's going to be a ground rule double. So that'll put men at second and third with one away. A line drive. It hit right on the line. Third base umpire DJ Rayburn calling it fair.
But that ball was scalded the other way by Ballesteros. And take another look. You're exactly right, Pat. It hits right on the line and then skips right up into the stands. I mean, it just barely clips the line. And a nice play in the stands by somebody catching that smash, but nice swing by Ballesteros.
Cubs are down 8-2. We're only in the sixth inning. Still some time left to rally. But Embo just did hit the line.
Just a piece of the ball caught the outside of the line.
Then at second and third, infield back, Seiya Suzuki hit a long home run his last time up.
Wow, that last pitch called a strike. That was way inside, and it was a breaking ball that started out inside.
They keep showing that replay. If the ball didn't have stitches, it may not have hit the line.
That's right.
Here comes the 0-1. Swinging a drive. Deep left field. It's got a chance. Gone. Cubs are getting back in the game. 3-run homer, Seiya Suzuki. It's 8-5.
The Cubs need some flights, and they just got one right there, a 3-run job by Seiya. And I was telling you, you know, I'm sure they would like to get that guy out of the game because of the pitch count. They were trying to extend as far as they could. He's run out of gas. Seiya gets that inside breaking ball that I was talking about earlier. You got to keep that front shoulder closed and keep it in there. Seiya did, and he launches one.
Carlos Mendoza, the manager, makes a pitching change. Nolan McLean leaves. There's only one away in the sixth inning, a 3-run homer by Suzuki. And it's now an 8-5 Mets lead. Plenty of baseball left tonight. This could be a wild one. Pitching changes by the opposition. Those are always brought to you by Sloan, official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Visit sloan.com. Suzuki with 2 home runs in the game, 4 RBIs, 29 homers and now 97 runs batted in for Seiya. A new pitcher in the game, Ryan Stanek. Back with more action right after this on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Spiegel and Holmes on your ride home, afternoons 2 to 6 on The Score.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
BC Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
Carson Kelly batting, the new right-handed pitcher for New York, Ryan Stanek. And the first pitch missed, the second one fouled away. Stanek, long, stringy, brownish blonde hair flowing out the back of his blue Mets cap. Kelly has struck out and flied out. And homer by Suzuki got the crowd back into the game. Swinging a foul back. Only one away in the inning. They'd love to get some more in this frame. You got Pete Crow Armstrong on deck.
Yeah, Cubs right back into the game now. You know, as we're talking about the ball really carrying here at Wrigley. That last one, the two that Suzuki hit, those are legitimate long home runs.
Yeah, the 1-2 from the right-hander Stanek. Kelly hits a fly ball to center. This one is not going to go. Taylor will make the catch, and that's going to be out number 2. And Pete Crow Armstrong batting. Let's see if Pete can get a hold of one or get on, maybe steal a bag.
Yeah, it was his legs yesterday that ignited the crowd and the ball game. 2 ground balls the other way in the infield. Both had impacts on the game. I really like that he, was able to use the other side of the field.
Here's a looper into shallow right, coming in and playing it on a bounce is Soto. It's a base hit for Pete Crow Armstrong. A man on. Would it be too risky to think about trying to steal a bag when you're down by 3 in the 6th inning, Ron?
I think it all depends on your scouting report on Stanek. If you think, or the catcher Terens, if you think you can run on these guys, we'll take a look at Stanek to see how quick he is to the plate. But if he's not real quick, I think this is still early enough in the game. And the way Pete can run, I think you take a chance.
Swanson homered his last time. Dansby swings and fouls it back. He had another very healthy swing. Crow Armstrong being held by Alonso over at first. He putting that sliding glove on his left hand. And now Stanek working 0-1. Swinging a line drive. Foul down the left field line. Soft line drive. Beatty was really guarding the line, playing deep at third. It was over his head, and it curled foul by about 5 feet.
Dansby hit that breaking ball a little bit off the end of the bat, but he was right on time.
You can just tell this crowd is trying to give every ounce of support, and sometimes that really does have a positive effect in a ball game at Wrigley. Here's the 0-2. Swinging a foul back.
Boy, that pitch was right down the middle on 0-2. Stanek, his ERA very high for him, over 5 in 55 and a third innings pitched, 64 appearances. And that's where his trouble has come. It's not the stuff. It's location of his pitches and throwing too many balls in the middle of the plate.
This is going to be a ball outside. Getting back to the crowd, though, Ron, as a player, you played for the Cubs. You can probably speak firsthand. It's got to be inspirational to hear the crowd pulling for you so intensely.
Absolutely. Yeah, this place, when it erupts, it's electrifying. It gives you chills when you're on the field.
Swanson takes low. And on the other side of that coin would be the intimidation factor to the opposition.
Yeah.
And that's real.
Yeah, I think we've seen pitchers on the mound with Wrigley rocking and the Cubs hitting where the noise and the crowd has been a factor on pitches that have been thrown. Absolutely.
You can just feel the electricity in this ballpark. And that's something that never, ever gets old, and it never will for me. 2-2 on Swanson. Dansby has walked and homered. Cubs trail 8-5, 6th inning. Swanson takes outside, 3-2. Slight advantage now. Per Armstrong will be moving with the pitch. Matt Shaw on deck.
Now a ball hit in the gap that would be a long single will probably score Pete Crow Armstrong.
Listen to this crowd. They're standing. The pitch popped up shallow right center. Soto and Taylor are there. Taylor, the center fielder, makes the catch to end the inning. But the Cubs get 3 and get back in the game. We go to inning number 7. It's the Mets 8 and the Cubs 5. This is the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk, middays 10 to 2 on Rahimi, Harris, and Grody on the Score, official radio home of the Cubs.
Hey, welcome to Everything Outdoors. Can I help you find anything?
Hey, yeah. Can you point us to the camping gear?
Sure, aisle 2.
How about fly fishing? Just bought a new Nissan Pathfinder, and we're ready to get back to it.
Aisle 7.
Snowboarding? Our Pathfinder's got intelligent 4x4, and we want to hit the backcountry.
Oh, aisle 18.
And where are the boats?
Back of the store, but are you sure you can do all this?
Oh, yeah. Up to 6,000 pounds towing. We're good to go. Oh, where's the scuba department?
Return to rugged in the 2025 Nissan Pathfinder. Now get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, or Murano. Shop your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com. Available intelligent 4x4 cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions. Towing capability varies by configuration. See owner's manual for important safety information. For well-qualified buyers, example 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand finance. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer. Ends 9/30/25.
Hey, I'm ordering dinner. I was thinking burgers.
Boom! I just earned a $650 bonus opening up a checking account at Old National. Sorry, what'd you say? Burgers?
No. Definitely said 40-ounce dry-aged tomahawk steaks. Yep, with those little sauteed mushrooms.
Earn up to a $650 bonus when you open an eligible checking account and complete qualifying activities. Visit oldnational.com/checking and get old. Member FDIC. Additional restrictions apply. Offer valid through October 31st, 2025.
Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, a leader in comprehensive orthopedic care. Visit ibji.com for locations.
Zach points out that the home run by Suzuki, another hefty home run. Hefty, the official trash bag of the Chicago Cubs. Hefty, strength that's anything but ordinary. We go to the 7th inning. Now, in terms of game momentum, this is a big half inning for the left-hander Drew Pomeranz after his teammates have gotten within 3. He would love a quick 1-2-3 inning. Let's see what happens. Lindor leads it off. Francisco Lindor has walked and homered and flied to left. He takes a strike, 0-1. Mets have hit a couple of home runs, one by Lindor, the other by Brett Beatty. Seiya Suzuki has 2 for the Cubs. Swinging a ground ball to second, 1 hop to Horner. He'll throw to first in time. Dansby Swanson also has a Cubs home run. So it's a good night to be a hitter at Wrigley, Ron.
Well, there's no doubt about that. The ball really flying, as we've seen. Ball's flying out of the ballpark. It's just a rare night here in this, early part of the fall without the wind. Wrigley just doesn't, Chicago is a city. We just always have wind as a factor here at our ballpark, and not tonight.
Juan Soto takes the strike.
In all the years you've been doing games here, if you were to say how many nights a season do you think the flags are like that where they're not blowing at all? How many nights a year do you think that happens?
A handful.
Right.
That's all. I would say maybe 5 out of the 80. Not many more than that.
I thought the exact same thing. It's just really odd. I mean, to the point where part of your pregame and pre-series talk amongst the defensive players is every time you go out onto the field each inning, check the flags to see what they're doing. That's how the impact is of the wind here at Wrigley.
Swinging a foul back by Soto. This guy does not get cheated on his swings. He's not real tall, but very strong.
Really strong core and lower body. I mean, some kind of strong.
Breaking ball is down low. His timing is always seemingly right on the money.
Well, he's spread out. He doesn't have a lot of extra movement. And he's one of those guys that has a great load in his setup. And boy, he doesn't move his head a lot, and he can generate some kind of power.
43 home runs. Tonight he is 0 for 3. 3 flyouts to Pete Crow Armstrong. He made a dazzling catch to Rob Soto back in the 5th inning.
Soto into 3 outs. He's got 1,100 feet of outs of right turn, Clyde.
Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Strike 3. Pomeranz strikes out Soto. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers. Brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. RBIs by the Cubs in the game, by the way, sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Get old. Old National Bank. 2 gone. Pete Alonso will take ball 1.
Hardest working player of the game tonight, brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch. What about Seiya Suzuki with a couple bombs today?
Alonso, the big man, fouls it away off to the right. Yeah, he'd be a leading candidate.
Yeah, he'd be our hardest working player of the game. 4 RBIs in the ball game for Seiya.
Here comes the 1-1. Taken for a strike. Our good friend Miguel Esparza, the Spanish-speaking play-by-play man, and a very nice man and a very talented man, is going to sing the Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
And a singer. He's a singer also.
Yes, he is.
Uh-huh. We'll see how much he's a singer tonight, though.
Well, you put a little pressure on old Miguel. Here comes the 1-2. And it's a swing and a miss. The ball in the dirt. That's strike 3. Alonso doesn't run, and that will end the inning.
Okay, Mickey, you're up.
Miguel Esparza ready to sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. It's 8-5. Mets lead here at Wrigley, and here is Miguel.
Cubs Spanish radio broadcaster Miguel Esparza.
Gracias por estar aquí y celebrar la noche de la herencia hispana. ¿Y dónde están los latinos? Vamos a contarlo en español. A la 1, a las 2 y a las 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back, so we'll root root for them. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Let's get some runs. Come on.
Cubs Talk, middays 10 to 2 on Rahimi, Harris, and Grody on The Score, official radio home of the Cubs.
At Wintrust, our approach lets Cubs fans show their pride anytime, anywhere. With the Cubs debit card from Wintrust Community Bank, you don't just swipe, you make a statement. It's like a megaphone for your wallet, broadcasting Cubs pride with every transaction. Visit wintrust.com/Cubs to choose an eligible account and score your Cubs debit card. That's wintrust.com/Cubs. Wintrust, different approach, better results. Cubs debit card is not available at all Wintrust Community Banks charters. Member FDIC.
Make your house a home with premium paints and stains from Benjamin Moore. Achieve long-lasting color and beauty with Aura, Regal Select, and Ben for interiors. Or protect your exteriors with Element Guard and new Woodlux exterior stains. Available exclusively at locally owned Benjamin Moore stores. Their high-quality products ensure a flawless finish every time. Ready to start your next project? Visit BenjaminMoore.com to find a retailer near you. Benjamin Moore. See the love.
Brooks Raley is the left-handed pitcher for the Mets. Matt Shaw leads it off. Let's see if Matt can get on base. The top of the order to follow, Bush and Horner. Raley, a left-hander, working for the second time in the series. And he flips a curveball in there for a strike. Opposing pitching changes. Brought to you by Sloan, official water efficiency partner of the Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. There's a foul line drive over the Cubs third base dugout area. Everyone's okay. Visit Sloan.com.
Well, designated hitters tonight. They're sponsored by Fireplace and Chimney Authority. Book now, burn later, skip the rush.
Breaking ball, strike 3 called, and Shaw is a quick out number 1.
A backdoor hook. This ball starts way out off the plate away. It comes back to the outside corner. Really pretty good pitch. That's a tough one for a right-handed hitter.
Justin Turner is going to pinch hit for Michael Bush. Greg Counsell getting a right-handed batter in there against Wrigley. One away, bottom of the 7th inning. Mets on top, 8-5. Cubs need some men to get on base. Let's see if Turner can achieve that as he pinch hits. Justin hitting .223 for the year. Takes outside for a ball. Walks by Cubs batters, by the way, sponsored by It's Not a Game, Illinois.com. Remember, a walk is free, a DUI is not. Drive sober or get pulled over. Turner will take high ball 2. He'll probably take until there's a strike, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, that's probably good plan. Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
And that's a strike 2 and 1. How about the job done by Miguel Esparza?
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Now, during Cubs convention, they do karaoke. I think on Friday night. I think they do it late night. I might even do it a couple nights late night. It usually starts after all the normal convention stuff goes. Right in your hours where you're really rocking and rolling, Pat. I know.
You mean like about 7 p.m.?
Yeah. Well, a little later than that even. It gets started with the
not too much later.
The karaoke. And Miguel, he is like, you talk about rock star. He's the guy.
There comes the 2-2 to Turner, way outside, 3-2.
I know that's a little early for you to get rolling, but, that 10, 11 o'clock hour during the convention. But,
But you should jump up there on stage with him.
That would mean I was awake, too, at that time. I'm usually not either.
3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Turner is out number 2. And it's up to Nico Horner in the 7th inning. 8-5 Mets lead. Nico is 0 for 3. But Miguel Esparza did an excellent job with the Volvo 7th inning stretch.
Great guy. Guy's been traveling with us a lot this year with their broadcasts on the road. It's great to have them on the road with us.
7th inning stretch sponsored by the new Volvo XC90, designed for life. Nico trying to get on, takes a strike, 1-1. Tyler Rogers throwing in the Mets bullpen. The 1-1, swinging a fly ball foul to left.
Cubs don't have a stolen base tonight, but all stolen bases are powered by Turo Tire. Chicago's hometown tire. Find a dealer at Turo.com.
Cubs would like to get some offense before the 9th inning. Edwin Diaz is the closer, and he's very good. It's not to say you can't score against him. Nico swings and misses, strike 3. So Rayleigh strikes out the side as we go to the 8th inning. Mets 8, Cubs 5. This is the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs radio network.
Cubs fans, Jameson Tyone here. Pat and Ron call every game on the Chicago Cubs radio network.
Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings could up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
Step up to the plate like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high app limits, low holds, exceptional customer service, bet fees. Other books may charge you just to get on the field, but with Circa Sports, you can swing away with every bet. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's not too late for your pup to be called out on air as the Tito's Handmade Vodka K9 of the game. Submit your dog now at 670thescore.com, and your pooch could get a shout out. And if the Northsiders pitchers strike out 9 or more during a regular season home game, Tito's Handmade Vodka will donate $100 to anti-cruelty and up to $10,000 this season, supporting their mission to care for animals in need and build a stronger pet-loving community. Tito's Handmade Vodka, vodka for dog people. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Safer responsibly.
Dear Autumn, fall into great value in a new Toyota, like the tough as nails Tacoma, the sleek all-hybrid Camry, or the versatile RAV4. Find yours today. Toyota. Go places.
Cubs down 8-5 here at Wrigley against the Mets. This 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids, 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today, Patrick. Cubs need to throw up a goose egg here in the top of the 8th to get back in there to hit.
Mike Soroka on the mound. Coming in out of the Cubs bullpen. Cubs pitching changes worth noting. Pitching changes brought to you by James Hardy Building Products. Siding with the Cubs. Mark Vientos will lead things off for the Mets here in the 8th inning. Nimmo on deck, and then Torrens. Seiya Suzuki has been almost the entire Cubs offense tonight with 2 runs and 4 RBIs. Dansby Swanson with a solo home run for the other tally. Swing and a miss by Vientos. Strike 3. Soroka gets a strikeout. 1 away, 8th inning. Mets got 2 in the first. Brandon Nimmo's RBI single was the big blow. They got a run in the third on a home run by Lindor. The big blow of the game still remains a 3-run homer by Brett Beatty to the opposite field in the 4th inning. And the Mets have had a comfortable lead, fairly comfortable, ever since then. Tyrone Taylor added a 2-run double in the 6th. All 8 runs against Shota Imanaga. Here's a foul out of play, 0-2 on Nimmo.
Yeah, that ball that Beatty hit, he hit it down the left field line in the well. Now, he's a left-handed hitter, and he hit that ball a long way. I mean, you just don't see that very often. An opposite field home run in that spot.
Called a Nimmo in the dirt from Soroka. 1-2. Cubs and Cardinals tomorrow, a day game at 1:20 here at Wrigley. Bouncing ball right side. It'll be backhanded by Turner. He'll feed Soroka on the bag. Turner stayed in the game after pinch hitting for Bush. And he made a nice play, and that's out number 2.
Turner goes over and fields his ball backhanded. Very confident infielder, long-time third baseman.
See how we did in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. The actual attendance figure tonight is 38,000. Fly ball to right. It's going to be caught by Suzuki. A 1-2-3 inning for Soroka as Torrens is retired. And the winner is Zach Zaidman in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. We'd like to talk more about Zach's big win, but the inning is over. Mets 8, Cubs 5. This is the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs radio network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs radio network.
Sloan has been providing restroom products at Wrigley Field for 111 years, and we're proud to now expand into the concourse with our brand new bottle fillers that provide clean drinking water for Cubs fans all season long. Learn more at sloan.com.
Change is always happening, but no matter what changes in 5 years, there's one thing that will stay the same: the price of your internet. With the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Where do the Cubs shop to celebrate a big win? Benny's Beverage Depot. Benny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
With America's best lineup of hybrids from Hyundai, you get the best of both worlds, like the reliable and efficient Tucson Hybrid, backed by America's best warranty. The Hyundai Tucson Hybrid. It's the best of both worlds.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for $239 a month or get 1.99% APR on the Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Offers end September 30th. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
Crush concrete with a Bosch 18-volt Bulldog rotary hammer. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
The Out-of-Town Scoreboard is sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. The Dodgers officially clinched the National League West, an 8-0 victory over the Diamondbacks, and that basically means that the Cubs and Padres will be playing in the wild card round. It's just a matter of where they'll be playing, either here at Wrigley or in San Diego. Tigers beat the Guardians 4-2. And in Cincinnati, the Reds knock off the Pirates 2-1. Pat?
All right, Zach. Since the Reds won, they were a game behind the Mets in the wild card race before the day. So this is a must-win for the New Yorkers if they hope to still lead by a game. If they end up tied with Cincinnati, Cincinnati holds the tiebreaker based on their season head-to-head win-loss record. So this is an absolute must-win for New York. Ian Happ trying to get an 8th-inning rally started for the Cubs. Backdoor breaking ball from the submarine hander is outside. Mentioned Edwin Diaz is their closer. Here comes the 1-1. And here's a line drive to right, but right to Soto. Out number 1. Hard hit ball by, but he is retired. The batter is Moises Ballesteros.
Yeah, Soto, and just to give you an idea of how, or not Soto, Diaz, an idea of the importance of these games. In game 1 of this series, Their closer came in to start the 8th inning and threw 2 complete innings for the Mets to just close out the game.
Ballesteros takes outside, and even though I'm not sure of this because I can't see the Mets bullpen, it would not surprise me if Edwin Diaz is starting to get loose right now.
Yeah, I would agree to that.
Here's the 1-0 pitch outside, just in case.
Yeah, here you go. Now warming up in the bullpen. That's just one of those things. You gotta protect this lead if you're the Mets at all costs.
Ballesteros bangs it foul.
Opponent's pitching changes. That's sponsored by Sloan, official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs. Leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Visit sloan.com.
Cubs down by 3. Let's see if they can mount a rally here in the 8th inning. A bouncing ball to the hole at short, fielded by Lindor. Lindor with a good throw across in time, out number 2. And Seiya Suzuki coming up.
Now, Seiya's been, as you just mentioned, Pat, he's been the start of the game for the Cubs. 4 RBIs in the ball game, 2 home runs, a 3-run bomb in his last debut. Hit an inside curveball about halfway up the bleachers and left.
Mets 8, Cubs 5, bottom of the 8th inning. And it's outside for ball 1. Tyler Rogers has a twin brother named Taylor. And Seiya fouls it away off to the right out of play. And we saw him pitch for the Cubs earlier this year.
No.
And still.
Yeah.
Now the 1-1 to Seiya. And he will take a breaking ball strike in the count 1-2. In fact, Taylor Rogers now warming up for the Cubs. His brother Tyler delivers to Seiya, who fouls it away down the right field line.
So if you're the parents, who do you root for?
Yeah, that's a toss-up, isn't it? I guess whoever's in the game.
Yeah, right. There you go.
1-2 on Seiya Suzuki. And the 1-2 way outside for a ball. Cubs need a couple of men to get on to get the tying run to the plate here in the 8th inning. And the 2-2. Dribbled foul. Mets jumped out to a 2-0 lead after a half inning, and they've led the entire game. They were up 6-0 before the Cubs scored. Seiya trying to keep this inning going with Carson Kelly on deck. And now the pitch by Rogers. The Submariner fires. It's fouled away off to the right out of play.
So I always wondered if you're a pitcher and you're a submarine guy throwing just the release point is just kind of off your ankle,
Fly ball shallow left center. It'll be caught by Taylor, and that ends the inning.
Who do you go to for pitching advice?
Because very few guys know how to pitch it that way.
Well,
it's a good question. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the 9th inning. Mets 8, Cubs 5. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday on Rahimi, Harris, and Grody, 10 a.m. to 2 on The Score.
Come see what's cooking in Des Moines, Iowa, where there's something for every taste. The crispy hash browns at Waveland Cafe, a sizzling bacon-glazed pork chop at Oak Park, a snap of a foot-long hot dog at an CUBS game, a 2-foot State Fair lobster roll that has cameras clicking and mouths watering. Hungry yet? Come to Des Moines and try everything. I guarantee you'll come back for seconds. Plan your foodie feast at catchdesmoines.com, because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent.
Our patient Mike had blood clots deep in his lungs that were putting his heart under major duress. Using a minimally invasive procedure pioneered by our team, we were able to clear them.
Top ranked in Illinois for heart and vascular by U.S. News and World Report, Northwestern Memorial Hospital used tiny balloons to widen the vessel in his lungs. The first in Illinois to master this breakthrough method.
As Mike's nurse, I'm proud to have helped him breathe freely again.
Northwestern Medicine. Better.
James Hardy Building Products knows how important your home is. That's rated the #1 brand of siding in North America. Trusted by homeowners on over 10 million homes from coast to coast, they can give your home a beautiful design without compromising on durability and protection. They also know how important it is to support your hometown and root for the home team. That's why James Hardy is proud to sponsor the Cubs. James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
The Chef IQ Sense is a wireless cooking thermometer everyone should have. It eliminates under or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat to achieve perfection. Order one now at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
Top of the ninth, it's the Mets 8, Cubs 5. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score. The Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk in the morning on the Mully and Haw Show, 5:30 to 10 on 670 The Score, WSER Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
The ninth inning is brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch. Pat?
Zach, we have reached the ninth inning here at Wrigley. Brett Beatty, who belted a big 3-run homer back in the fourth inning, leads it off against Taylor Rogers, the brother of the Mets right-hander Tyler Rogers. Taylor is the Cubs lefty, and he fires a strike to Beatty. And the count 1-1. Cubs pitching changes brought to you by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Here comes the 1-1. Bouncing ball left side. Swanson has to hurry his throw in time. Beatty is out number 1. Glancing to the bottom of the ninth inning, the Cubs are going to have the 6, 7, and 8 spots due up, namely Kelly, Armstrong, and Swanson. And no surprise, Edwin Diaz is throwing in the Mets bullpen. He's their closer. Tyrone Taylor batting. Taylor had a big 2-run double back in the 6th inning. And that's the one that chased Shota Imanaga.
Kelly didn't catch that last pitch trying to frame it. You know, where they had that pitch, that was kind of middle.
Well, it's the ninth inning. It's about that time for you to name the Benny's Beverage Depot Toast of the Game, ball player. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. A swing and a foul at the plate, 1-2. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's an easy one tonight. Seiya Suzuki has been the big threat for the Cubs tonight. Seiya Suzuki 2 for 4 in the ball game tonight. A 3-run bomb in the 6th, a solo shot in the 4th. So he has driven in 4 runs for the Cubs tonight. And, you know, right now that is a little shy. Cubs down 8-5. But he will be our Benny's Beverage Depot Toast of the Game ball player.
1-2 pitch fouled away by Tyrone Taylor. Please stay tuned for Zach Zaidman's postgame show, the Verizon postgame show. Zach will have highlights of this game. He'll recap the scoring for you, and he'll have all the updates from around the big leagues.
Good heater from Rogers inside. Tried to crossfire Taylor, but just missed the corner in.
Detroit beat Cleveland 4-2, so those two teams are tied with 3 games to play. A looper down the right field line. That's a fair ball bouncing off the sidewall. Taylor didn't run right away from the batter's box for whatever reason, and he has to hold with a single.
One of them inside pitches. Taylor hits this ball, and I don't think he knew where the ball went right away. That's usually not a very good sign, but worked out for him this time.
1 out and a man at first. The batter, Luis Angel Acuna. That's a 4-syllable first name for those of you keeping track at home. Trying to think if there are too many other names I can think of, first names, that would have 4 or more syllables. I'm kind of drawing a blank.
Yeah, I am too.
I mean, we got Pat, Ron, and Zach, Paul in our booth. We no help.
Yeah, we barely get there just with all of us.
Here's a curveball, a check swing, and it's no swing. 2 balls and no strikes on Luis Angel Acuna. I'm still drawing a blank, and I'm going through all kinds of names. And Zach Zabin, I think, is chiming in with John Carlo Stanton, but that's only 3. John Carlo. I'm counting 3,
Yeah,
Zach.
that means you struck out, Zach. 3.
Are you saying it's Gian Carlo for 4? Nope, that's being erased. It's a good try, though.
Yeah.
Here's the 3-0, and that's going to be in there for a strike to Acuna. Lindor has 3, Francisco, and he's in the on-deck circle. This is ball 4 to Luis Angel Acuna. And now 2 men on. The Cubs can really ill afford, Ron, to fall back any further. You've got Diaz in the bullpen. It's going to be a tall task anyway. And if they fall any further behind, this one's going to be out of reach.
Yeah, Cubs need a ground ball here. See if Rogers can get him a ground ball, get out of this inning. A little double play, 2 Hopper to Dansby would be perfect.
Breaking ball low and inside to Lindor. He's homered and walked. His homer, his 30th. This is a large number for a leadoff batter. 84 runs batted in. He drives it foul off to the left out of play.
And that home run went out on the Sheffield Avenue, down the left field line. I take that back down Waveland Avenue.
San Diego off today. Cubs magic number 2 to clinch the top wild card spot. Padres will be hosting Arizona in San Diego for the weekend. Cubs will play their arch rivals, the Cardinals, here at Wrigley. And now the 1-1 on the way to Lindor. And that's going to miss high for a ball, 2-1. The next offering, fly ball to center, pretty well hit, but it's playable for Crow Armstrong. He's going to grab that one and get it back in. It's out number 2. Lindor retired. The batter is Juan Soto.
And now you got one more guy to go through, and this is no easy task, but if you're going to stay in this game, you got to get this guy out.
Soto's had an unusual night. It'll look, if you saw it in the box score, he's 0 for 4, but he's hit 3 warning track fly balls to center. And they've all been caught by PCA. Fastball strike, 0-1.
one right at the Ivy straightaway center. A ball in left center right, at the track. And then Pete made a incredible diving catch in right center on the warning track to rob him of at least a double.
Here comes the 0-1. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Still bothers me that none of us can think of a first name with 4 syllables. I'll get over it.
You'll come up with it about halfway home tonight.
Probably.
Yeah.
Expect a phone call. Deep drive to left, slicing in the corner away from Happ, and that's going to be a foul ball. That would have been trouble had it stayed fair. But it's sliced foul down near the foul pole and left, and the count now 0-2 on Juan Soto.
That ball was going down into the corner. It ended up just over the wall in the very first row of seats down the left field line.
Taylor Rogers, the Cubs left-hander, ahead of Soto. Soto hangs in there pretty well against lefties. Just one of the best hitters in the game. And now the 0-2 pitch. Soto swings and fouls it back. So much for shortening your swing with 2 strikes, huh?
Well, he shortened up on the bat. I don't know about the swing because his back is loose right now. I can tell you that. That was some swing.
Lefty against lefty. 8-5. Mets lead. Top of the 9th. 2 outs, 2 on. And the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. He fooled him. Soto did not take one of his better swings. Tried to check. Couldn't do it. And we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Cubs need to rally. It's the Mets 8 and the Cubs 5 on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Craig Counsell. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Kumir, let me tell you one of the things I really like about Yuengling. They brew a beer for everyone's taste. From their traditional lager to light lager, flight, golden pilsner, and even a black and tan, there's something for every kind of beer drinker. So whether you're firing up the grill, watching a game, or at the golf course, there's a Yuengling that fits the moment. Take a look at the lineup next time you're out. You might just find a new favorite. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, official beer of the Cubs Radio Network, DG Yuengling & Sons, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Hey, baseball fans, now at Verizon, they are knocking it out of the park with low prices. Locked in for 3 years guaranteed on my plan. Get a single line for a low price of just $50 a month when you switch, and bring your phone on unlimited welcome with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Only on the network you can count on. Slide into your local Chicago Verizon store today.
$20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speed. Price guarantee applies to current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply.
Is your business's pavement showing signs of wear and tear? Patriot Pavement Maintenance specializes in simplifying pavement maintenance and construction for industrial, commercial, and educational clients throughout Illinois. Based in Wheeling with over 30 years of experience, they provide asphalt paving, seal coating, concrete repair, and non-toxic solutions to protect and enhance your surfaces. Call 847-813-9034 or visit patriotpavement.net for a proposal. Patriot Pavement Maintenance. Pavement maintenance and construction made simple. patriotpavement.net.
There's nothing quite like local. That's why AARP is local, offering free events that can help with finances, family, and fun. Find your local event at aarp.org/il.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Pat?
Edwin Diaz had the save in Game 1 on Tuesday night, and he struck out the side, and the Cubs down by 3, 8-5. Let's see if they fare better against Diaz tonight than they did a couple of nights ago.
He's got one of the better arms in the game, a big fastball.
First pitch in there for a strike.
Gives you that cross-firing fastball. If you're a right-handed hitter, he steps at you and then cross-fires you to the outside corner.
Here's the fly ball off the hands down the left field line. Falling. Base hit. Base hit for Carson Kelly. Let's see if that starts a rally. It was not a hard hit ball, Ron, but he hit it in a good spot.
Yeah, he just dumps this. It's a jam shot, as you said, and it's right down the left field line. Looks like a little cutter inside, and he hits it, and it just, probably 4 or 5 feet fair, but not hit far enough where Emo can come in and get this ball, so it ends up being a leadoff single. Now the Cubs just need one more hit to bring the tying run to the plate.
Is Pete Crow Armstrong taking a strike here, or do you turn him loose?
I think he's going to be swinging.
He is, and he hits a high fly ball to right. Backpedaling is Soto near the warning track, on the track, makes the catch. Out number 1. Soto caught that maybe 5 feet in front of the wall at the indentation in right field. 1 down.
That would have been interesting to see if Pete would have clipped that one right on the button, because he hit that ball right on the barrel and hit it a mile in the air. Opponent's pitching change is sponsored by Sloan Water, official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Visit sloan.com.
Let's see if Dansby Swanson can get on. He cracks it foul down the left field line. Cubs aggressive, even though they're down by 3.
Well, I think that's part of it. The reason why I said he would be swinging, I don't think Diaz is going to walk guys enough to where he's going to walk guys that get you back in the game. So you might as well swing.
Swanson takes inside.
ERA this season for Diaz, 1.72. 62 and 2/3 innings.
He has 27 saves out of 30 save opportunities.
He has given it up a couple times.
Dansby with a homer earlier. Swanson fouls it away in the count 1-2. Mets lead 8-5, bottom of the 9th inning with 1 away. Kelly the runner at first. If Swanson gets on, Matt Shaw would be the tying run. 1-2, Diaz deals. Swanson takes low and away. A sharp breaking ball. Might have been a slider. 2-2.
Yeah, tight slider. How about his slider? It's 92 miles an hour.
That's a hard slider. And now the 2-2. Rolled out toward short. Lindor to Acuna. 1 over to first. Double play. And the Mets win the ball game by a score of 8-5. Craig Counsell and the video people pondering they're not going to challenge. It's all over. The Mets win the game, and they win the series 2 out of 3. The final, Mets 8, Cubs 5. Back with the totals